Before we begin this episode though, man, I need to speak to the town, man. This is a public request to everybody. If you're able to, man, I need your support in support of my brother, Mr. Jodeci Braswell. He was in a bad accident, and he could really use us now. At the Talk to Me Nice podcast, we love to stress for the community, by the community. This is our moment to prove it, man. I am requesting everybody who can help. I don't know your financial situations, and if you can't do it, we understand that. But if you are in a position to help, I will put the information for his GoFundMe. I'm requesting everybody watching this video, man, to do something. It doesn't have to be a lot. If you only have $5, I'm requesting you send those $5 to my brother. Of course, Jody, you already know it's nothing but love. It's nothing but prayers for you. I love you, my brother. Get well soon. Episode 15, man. Superstar lineup for episode 15. I had my man Darius, self-explanatory. He's been killing every episode. Y'all know what he's gonna do when you see him on the camera. I had TiZZie. As you'll see during the episode, we talked about the Mount Rushmore from our town. I have him on my Mount Rushmore. He's been doing it for at least a decade at this point. I mean, one of the founders of Sherry Lane. If you're doing music in the town, there's no way you haven't heard of him or probably worked with him. One of the hardest working guys when it comes to music, and we had to give him his flowers this episode. That's without a doubt. We had my man Rashad on here, also known as Reese, one of the hottest clothing brands in the town. You could probably argue the hottest clothing brand right now, if we're being honest. With love, hate, karma, you can't go out in public right now without seeing somebody have it on. So we definitely was an honor and a pleasure to have him come on here and discuss this topic with us as well. We definitely appreciate him taking time out his schedule to come sit down with us. And then we had my man EleVonn on here, man. I'm not gonna front, man. EleVonn's coming out of Fort Valley. He played me some of his songs, one of the dopest singer there is, man. And the song he ain't even released yet, he just let me hear. It's probably my favorite song, man. I'm counting down till he puts it out, man. That's how talented this guy really is, man. It was an honor and a pleasure to sit down with all of these guys, man. I can't wait for y'all to watch this episode. What song you really like, but you ashamed to admit you like? Ooh. I'm gonna start it off. Mine's Drunk in Love. Beyonce part. Beyonce part, not Jay-Z.
He said Beyonce part.
Hey, Beyonce watched Jay-Z on that song, man.
The hello.
The hello? Who gonna sing hello?
The hell.
Oh, they hello hard. That ain't gonna be ashamed. Hello hard.
The song I can say I was ashamed at the time when it was out is that Doja Cat, the Juicy song.
Oh yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I was like, hey, the song gotta ride. The song gotta ride.
Tyga's on that song, man.
Yeah, the Tyga was on that, but then I dug deeper and I said, oh, she got one without Tyga.
Oh,
So you took Tyga off. You took your time.
I ain't gonna lie. The one with just her on it, she watched his verse. She watched his verse, and I was like,
That man said Tyga hold the song back.
You can't buy happiness, but you can buy local, and that's kind of the same thing. Support what supports you. Here at the Talk to Me Nice podcast, we support all local entrepreneurs. Please contact a local business for any and all of your needs, and when you get there, remember to talk to them nice.
And you know I love you, baby, but I need a replacement. I think it's time I find me another you. Another you, another you. I'll always find another you, another you. I gotta get from under you, up under you. But you did this shit to yourself. Gotta get out of this hell. The love that I had is for sale, girl. Another you, another you. I'll always find another you, another you. I gotta get from under you, up under you. But you did this shit to yourself. Gotta get out of this hell. The love that I had is for sale, girl.
Look at the bag. TiZZie come through, I'm popping the tag. They rockin' the swag. Just bitchy the boost, they liking the swag. TiZZie the best. TiZZie gon' flex. TiZZie is next. TiZZie is blessed. TiZZie gon' fuck her. TiZZie low sex. I'm loving her soul. She says she love me, she telling me go. I tell her won't fold. It's TiZZie the greatest, I know that I'm loyal. I stick to the code. These niggas be talking but sniffing they nose. These rappers be hoes. They popping that shit but I'm wiping they nose. My niggas is crazy.
D-Mark got that
Talk to Me
E.
Nice podcast, which means if I think you lying.
today's episode of the Talk to Me Nice podcast, we had an old-fashioned barbershop debate amongst fellas about something near and dear to us all: music, the soundtrack of life. We sat down with two of the hottest artists there are in Middle Georgia and the owner of the hottest clothing brand in the 478. And if that wasn't enough, leading the charge this episode as your host and co-host, the best 1-2 punch since Shaq and Kobe. Without further ado, and the greatest honor, are you ready to talk to me nice?
So we asked this question. Is it something y'all don't want me to ask, so you don't want to come up, anything like that?
Nobody ever said
Hey, nobody ever said that.
As long as y'all ain't do a deep dive on my Twitter from years ago, we good. Because I was saying some wild shit back in the day. And I'm making fun. They look at my Twitter, they go back. I'm getting canceled first day.
About to start 3, 2, 5. Every time, bro. I lose every episode. Bro, when I say 3, 2, everybody get serious as hell. Make sure Look at y'all with a tip I told them last time. By the time I say 3, 2, 1, it's already been recorded. So, if you ain't been looking cool, it's too late. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, really?
Alright, we about to get started in 3,
D-Mark got
2.
the E.
Alright, my name is Lawrence Ray, also known as LRW3, and this is the Talk to Me Nice podcast. We're going to start like we always do. We're going to round robin and y'all introduce yourselves, let them know where they can find you at. Have y'all
What's going on, y'all? My name is EleVonn.
Hey.
You can find me. you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, at official EleVonn on everything. Find me on Apple Music, everywhere that you get your music at, EleVonn.
Okay.
My name is Rashad. You can find me on Facebook, Tom Rashad Young. You can find me on Instagram, Rashad__Young. You can find my clothing line on Instagram, Love Hate Karma Clothing. My carpet business on Instagram, Love Hate Karma Carpet Cleaning. I'm introduce the rest of it.
You should.
I just started a new business.
Hey, you know, it's your moment.
It's called KNT Photography. I'll give y'all the update. We'll drop it in the comments.
Alright.
Okay, my name is TiZZie GreaTesT. You know, I got Instagram, Twitter, Instagram TiZZie_GreaTesT, Twitter TiZZie GreaTesT, my business page, my custom business, Customs by TiZZie.
Alright, and my highly requested co-host, that's you up, so.
Darius Fuller, y'all already know I'm back again. Blessed to be here with these young gentlemen. Not young, but hey, gentlemen. Again, it's your boy Dairy Vibes, aka. So you can find me on Instagram. I am DVRI.
Alright, and I got to shout out the shirt I'm wearing this month for by Michael Doss. Shout out to him, another local brand doing big things. Somebody here has a clothing brand. I asked him if he had a shirt, but he was sold out. Before y'all ask me, hey, why you wearing another shirt when somebody says shirts? Hey, I tried. Hey, so this is my question, man. We're gonna start like this, because two of y'all introduce yourselves as y'all rap name, which is fine. So how do y'all feel y'all just in this is a music podcast, what you supposed to do? But how do you feel when somebody introduces themselves as they rap name in like regular settings? Like you just at Walmart, you know, yo, what's up, man? My name, they call me the Coolie. But what is that? What is your real name, bro? What is your mama name? How y'all feel with that? Like, how y'all feel about that?
I feel like it's more exposure. So you get your artist name, so that way a new person you meet can go and look you up.
What about y'all?
So like, he said like, they are artists, but they don't like put out content. They're not heavy into it like you, but they just be like, hey, my name is, like he said, at Cooley, whatever. But he don't give you no like.
He just don't tell you nothing about the music. He just tell you that.
You know how you plug yourself? Like, hey, come find me at Apple. He don't do none of that. He don't got music out. So how would you feel like you put in that work? He don't put in that work, but he still like introducing himself like he's that artist.
Like you just walk, he's like, hey, my name is Baby. He don't tell you what's
You know, it's still exposure.
Okay.
If he ain't got that much out, if he had something out previously, maybe working on something at the moment. I went through that phase where I didn't have anything out, but I still had stuff at the moment, you know, there. It may not be what I want it to be, but I still want somebody to go listen. So I'm gonna introduce myself as EleVonn.
Yeah.
So that way,
but
I am gonna plug. I'm a musician. You know, I'm an R&B artist. I do this, that, and the third. But if he ain't plugging that, then it's kind of like
he just think he's a superstar already. Like, he just at Walmart checking out. He's like, hey, bro, no, man, I'm a Baby. Like, who, bro?
Yeah, it's kind of like, fuck.
introduce myself as like LRW3. If we ain't in a music scene, you will never hear me call myself that. Cause I be like, yeah, that sounds kind of corny though. Like we just out.
For sure.
Alright, so, two of y'all do music, correct? Well, technically 3. You gonna answer me questions? Yeah, alright, so 3 of y'all do music. Let these people know, man, how long have you been into music and what made you start?
I've been in for like 10 years, doing like 10 years now. Yeah, everybody know about TiZZie, so I don't really think too much of it when I say my name. Everybody pretty much, you know. About 10 years, something like that, 10.
You've been in the game for a minute, so what made you start?
You know, I really like making music. It ain't really about no money or nothing with me. I know I do other stuff too, but I mean, I just like making music.
You like other stuff?
Like, you know, I got my custom business.
Okay.
I cut hair.
Okay.
Yeah. So I do other stuff. That ain't like the only thing I do.
Alright.
Is it the main thing?
I mean, I do it for fun, really, you know.
Yeah, okay.
Kind of.
Yeah, I've been doing it for, it's been a minute. Since about 2010, so.
Y'all about 10, 12.
And when I started in 2010, it was me being interested in it. I always been interested in music. My mom grew up playing Prince in the house. You know, that's how I got on music. Here in Erotic City, Sunday morning.
Erotic City.
Yeah. My mom went to the B-sides and the hard shit. So, but yeah, hearing that every morning, hearing Aaliyah, hearing, you know, all kind of artists, Timbaland and all them, made me interested in it, but never really wanted to just take that step. So I got my best friend Nate. They call me Nate. A lot of people know him from the name or whatever.
That's him?
Yeah.
I remember him. Yeah. He still make music?
Yeah. Still make music. So I'm gonna plug him real quick. He's getting ready to drop an album very soon too. So be on the lookout for that. And he's back to he'll change the name a few times, but he's back.
Maybe that's why I lost track.
Because at one point he was N8. Then he was They Call Me Nate. Then he was Scotty Jordan. And he just left out of that. Now he's back. He changed his name a lot.
They call me Nate. Scotty Jordan. You lost me now, bro.
But he's back to that, and him and my other homeboy, J6. They were the ones that to get me in that mode to do music, because they're like, I hear something, you have something, and you hear music differently than I ever heard anybody think of music. So they pushed me, and I started EP then, and then I took some years off to work on the craft, and then now I'm back. You know,
we were just listening to a song before we started. I had it on repeat. Man, that song hard, man. Like
Another You out right now. Go watch the video.
That's a fact. Derry Bob, you want to let them know your background?
Hey, so I'm different from these two. So like, I've been doing music a long time off the scene. So my brother, shout out Cafe Artist, plug my brother. He just opened up for Schoolie. He won a contest. So I've been on the back burner of doing engineering and producing, like learning the ins and outs of sample. I grew up on Outkast. I was born in '94, so I was Outkast and anybody in Dungeon Family's CeeLo before he started like getting into all the singing and stuff like that. So I listen to a lot of samples and I can tell you ins and outs of music, the 808s and heartbreaks when it comes down to Kid Cudi and why people use stuff from James Brown, pushing up towards Kendrick Lamar. And I'm all over the place with music, so I stayed behind it. But here recently I started, like I said, and I hope that question comes up, I don't know if you have it, about picking your name. I went through a lot of different names, Tragic, this, and that, as far as my engineering name. So I came up with Darius Fuller because I'm always vibing. Everybody who sees me, I vibe out with people. And I may not be in the forefront because I'm going to let people shine, but I think it is time for me to start, connecting with people. And I love that he has me here for this episode to get some answers from y'all as far as putting down some lyrics, going taking that extra step. So I've been on the back burner, but you have producers who eventually started rapping. Pharrell didn't always rap. He was in the game for like 10 years before he put out an actual album.
For sure. So just like my favorite artist, Dream, he stayed in the background for a long time.
Yeah,
and then he's decided to, well, shit, if y'all like that, I got 30 songs like that.
Yeah, I'm out there doing it myself.
So, yeah.
There's nothing wrong with the background, though.
Oh, yeah.
So let me ask y'all this, man. All y'all got songs. If somebody had time to hear one song from you, what song they need to hear?
The next one. My next song.
Now, that's
The new song that ain't out yet. No, real talk. I feel like the new song I'm getting ready to drop is my best that I've ever done.
Now I'm gonna say something right now, because if your next song ain't out, they can't hear it. So if they post
right,
a video and they want to hear you real quick to take your answer serious moving forward, which one can they pull up?
So they can pull up Another You. That's out right now on all streaming platforms.
Okay. So until his next one come out, Another You is the one to go listen to.
Until Went Wrong come out.
I gotta check them out.
See, somebody gonna be like, alright, I gotta check that out.
How you spell your name?
Alright, so you spell it EleVonn, and I'm gonna explain that.
Okay. Well, now, hold on.
Hey, he pulled that black with a 6.
So my middle name is EleVonn.
Right.
Okay. I just put an E in front of that. That's 11. So I just pronounce it 11 because I was born in November. You know, so I just pronounce it 11.
I like that though.
That's great, yeah.
Okay.
And it was other things. It was my middle name before then. Before then it was just EleVonn.
Yeah.
And then before then, being a teenager, it was I'm afraid to say it, but the group I was in was
talk to me nice.
So with my boy Nate, he had his own thing called the Cool Boys, and so I was Cool Boy Prime. At the time, Transformers, I was Prime was my dog. Cool Boy Prime. So.
Hey, he gotta be embarrassed by you.
When I think about it, I was like, what the hell was I saying?
Hey,
Cool Boy Prime. All right, what about y'all? We got one time for one of y'all saw when they pull it up.
Gotta pull up that How You Gonna Flex with me. How You Gonna Flex? Yeah.
Wait,
Go crazy.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere. Yeah.
Well, like I said, I'm on the background, so you have to shout out to Cafe the Artists and Donnie Whips, Yo Trez, and all of those artists. That, like I said, I can plug them in the comments so you can see the stuff that I've helped them work with, and because I've been on the back burner.
So you did produce?
Yeah, I just go in there and I help them, mix this around. Hey, use this sample. Almost like a consultant.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You got to hear too. You got to hear things.
Right.
All right, so I personally don't do a lot of features, so that's just me. But what makes y'all say yes to a feature?
You go ahead.
I was ready to hear you.
Me personally, I'll be like, if the feature if it's like good artists, I like working with good artists. If I feel like they music good, I'll work with them pretty much. If I don't like the music, I ain't gonna work with you. That's just me personally. It ain't nothing against you,
It's the same here. A lot of my features are my homeboys. Everybody I hang with do music. So they always say, hey, I need a hook. They know I'm Captain Hook over here, so I'm gonna give you a godly hook. I'm gonna give you a godly hook. You know what Wayne said gonna be alright. If we put Drake on there, you're gonna be alright. You put 11 on there.
And going along with, he always say, talk to me nice. So we gotta ask certain questions. If you don't want to answer them, don't do it. Since you said most of your homeboys get on the features, have you ever had to tell one of them no because they just wasn't the right fit? You ever had to tell one of them no, like, yo, I don't know?
I've never told one of them no. That's the honest to God truth. Because we it's crazy. All of our minds sort of think the same when it comes to music.
You kind of stay in that web.
Yeah.
So how do you, if you had to tell somebody no, how do you tell somebody no, even if it ain't your homeboy?
I'll just say, I don't know. I've never thought of that before.
Me personally, I done told people no. It don't sound right, just don't sound right, man.
I said it before on the Bird Podcast. I don't like do features, one, because I be lazy when I make music. So I don't want to tell you, I'm sitting in a week. In a week, I might not feel like doing that.
I'm telling you, that's how I am.
But I kind of learned to get past that awkward thing when they send you. First off, I will never pre-approve a feature. Like, hey, can you do this song for me? Yeah, send it to me. Nah, I'm the king. Hey, send it to me. Let me see it. That way, if it's trash, I ain't gonna tell you I was gonna do it. I think episode 1, the lot send me the beat first. Now, let me hear what you got going on. That ain't it. Because I know I don't do that many features, so like I'm not gonna waste a feature, bro. I don't even do features like that. So now I gotta hear what you got going on first. Alright, we put everybody on the spot. What's one song you really like, but you ashamed to admit you like?
Ooh.
I
I gonna start it off. Mine's Drunk in Love. Beyonce part. Beyonce part, not Jay-Z.
He said Beyonce part.
Hey, Beyonce watched Jay-Z on that song.
The Hello.
The Hello? Who sing Hello?
Adele.
Oh, they Hello hard. That ain't gonna be a shame. Hello hard.
I'm in the car rock to that shit, bro.
Man, I listen to a lot of old school, like, you know, like Swing My Way, shit like that. So, I mean,
I like that.
I don't really ashamed, bro.
What's her name? Billy?
Billie Eilish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ocean Eye.
I ain't really listening.
Yeah, I ain't really.
Slide, man.
I ain't really listen to
I
that.
didn't listen to that Ocean Eye, bro. That shit slide.
Who the one who just picked up your feelings? Is that Jasmine Sullivan? Who is that? That's
Yeah.
all hard too, bro.
But I ain't ashamed to say that because I'm an R&B guy. So I ain't ashamed. But one song I can say I was ashamed at the time when it was out is that what's that girl name? The Doja Cat, the Juicy song.
Oh yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I was like, hey, this song kind of right. This song kind of right.
Tyga's on that song lit.
Yeah, Tyga was on that, but then I dug deeper and I said, oh, she got one without Tyga.
Oh,
Let me see what
Oh, so you took Tyga off. So your time.
I ain't gonna lie. The one with just her on it, she watched his verse.
Right.
She watched his verse, and I was like,
That man said Tyga hold the song back.
I ain't even heard that song.
Oh,
damn, man,
I heard that song.
Yeah, I'm ashamed. It kept coming on the radio, so I was like,
Yeah, I might have heard it, but I don't know what it called.
Oh, snap, man. Everybody asked me a question, everybody finna sneak past it. Everybody said they saw all that.
yeah.
Yeah, I said, I mean, like, I remember.
Hold on. What's your song?
I don't know. Like I said, like he said, I listen to a lot of old school. So, I mean, you know, we stay around the north side area, so like when I'm riding somewhere, like sometimes I turn it down and switch it over. Like Empire of the Sun, they got a song called "Walking on a Dream." I love movies, so you always hear it on like Adam Sandler movies and stuff, like "Walking on a Dream." Dun, dun. So I kind of turn that down. Like, yeah, people don't need to hear this. People don't need to hear this.
That looks like a song you be wrong. Alright, so who was y'all?
That's another one. One more for me.
Do your thing.
It's that Locker Rock song. You remember the Chevy commercials?
Oh yeah.
The country song.
Oh.
I be like, I'm from Fort Valley, so when I'm riding through the neighborhood, I turn it all the way down.
You took it all with
Oh, so like one.
Hey man, put the earpods in. Watch it. Alright, so who was y'all favorite major artist?
Right now?
Oh.
That was your all time.
Who was your favorite man?
Right
What
now,
that mean?
you talking about right now at this moment.
Whatever that means, who was your favorite?
I ain't gonna say that nigga major, but shit, I'm rocking Young Blue, bro.
He is major. If you get a Drake feature, you major.
Yeah, major now.
He major now.
So if I could break it down into three different, so I think of all time, I think of course Prince of all time, he the GOAT. Currently a new artist, I do really like Young Blue. Chris Brown's pretty dope. The Dream is like my idol. I look up to him. Usher, so them type of guys. Rap artists.
R. Kelly, bro. I'm saying for your type of music, bro, you can't skip it.
They ain't gonna admit that right now.
He got the music, bro, like he'll go in your lane.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's the controversy.
I'm not gonna lie, and there may be controversy behind this, but I can separate the music from the person.
I like that.
And
I still play R. Kelly.
musically, ain't nobody touching him in the verse. I don't care what nobody
That is a
says.
great statement.
He gonna have
We
to go.
gonna hold that on. We gonna hold you to that on the next question.
Okay, cool. But I mean, yeah, R. Kelly. I did grow up on R. Kelly. My mom played the R album a lot, so.
Alright. What about y'all?
You good.
Hey man, hands down, 100% old school. Anybody in Dungeon Family, because that includes Future as well, because he was writing for them when he was younger. Boil it down to Outkast, and then currently Kendrick Lamar, because I just love.
Kendrick ain't putting it out in a minute, has he?
No, it's been like
16, man.
it's been a minute, but you know you win a Pulitzer prize off that. You know you ain't even an author, so I'm just saying that's major baggage to me. So. And you was doing stuff like that made people really like I said, James Brown, he really tagged that in, and a lot of people don't really notice that unless you tag into To Pimp a Butterfly. So I just think he's great. We need a J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar versus. That's all I'm gonna say.
Look,
That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm a boldly say J. Cole might win.
Hey man, me and my
boldly
uncle was
say-
talking about this. You think so?
I'm a boldly say Cole might win.
Man.
Okay.
Boldly.
I like Nas and I like Trent and Fire. That's how you pronounce it. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Okay.
So I like Trent and I like Nas.
People always look at me crazy when I say who my favorite one is. But they be like, yeah, that makes so much sense when I say
Joe Budden.
Joe Budden.
Joe Budden.
People hear that. Most people who make that reaction ain't never listened to Joe
I
Budden.
want to say that.
Nah,
Probably why I gravitate toward your music super regular. I like.
Joe Budden is hard. People who don't like Joe Budden music hadn't really heard.
He gonna have you thinking like the whole thing, like you gonna be putting yourself in places that you done been in, but listen to that music, bro.
And they do the same with me when I say, who your favorite artist? I'm like, Dream. They be like, The Dream.
Yeah.
Shawty is a 10. I'm like, but it's deeper than that.
Right,
Like, you just stop there. You stop at Shawty's a 10.
Yeah,
He got some dope stuff and some really good R&B, man.
That's a good point too. You already said yours?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's a good point too. Like it's deeper than what because it sounds fun. Like I said, Outkast, Andre 3000, his Hey Ya, everybody think it's upbeat, but it's actually dark because it's about relationships and how you don't pay attention to people you love. And it's crazy because he made it upbeat, and that's why he stated that line. Y'all don't want to hear me, just dance.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, seriously, bro.
About
Seriously.
Outkast, because I love Outkast. So I wanted to ask you real quick.
Oh man, on the hot seat.
So earlier this week on Twitter, I saw Big Boy was getting his flowers.
Okay.
About time.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Big Boy was slightly better than Andre. How do you feel about that?
And what way you trying to say that?
I feel
So in storytelling,
Mm-hmm.
Big Boy's storytelling puts you right there.
Mm-hmm.
So when I listen to Spotty Out of Dopalicious,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting there looking at him top this out. And the way she smelled and the way she moved, I was like, I feel like I'm there.
Yeah.
You know, even though Andre had a great story to tell on that, I just felt like Big Boy's was more in detail.
Yeah. Hey, that's a deep question.
I want to answer, but it kind of leads into another question we got later on. So I'm gonna try.
You want to go ahead?
Nah, y'all go ahead. Be out there.
I have asked this question back when I was riding drop top in my dad's 90 Mustang. When I was a young kid, we have talked about this for so long, and my dad always said Big Boy as well. I say Andre, and we had a conversation before. It's about likability.
Mm-hmm.
He is a great storyteller, and he didn't get his gems.
Mm-hmm.
Big Boy really does deserve his gems. I think where he fell off is trying to branch out to another level that Andre did. Because Andre could go to those levels.
Yeah.
I think there was a pocket that Big Boy should have stayed in and did his music. Mm-hmm. So that's why I always said Andre was a little bit better because he could branch out to different genres and make it work.
I always go back to musician versus lyricist. Andre is the better lyricist. Big Boy is the better musician.
Yeah.
But Big Boy cannot out rap 3K. So that.
I remember they asked both of them. They asked Dre and they asked Big, who's the better rapper between y'all? Andre said, without a doubt, Big's a better rapper than you.
That go back to a better rapper doesn't mean you're a better lyricist. A better rapper sometimes, just because you can, like Eminem is a great lyricist.
Yeah.
But
He ain't a rapper. He just put a lot of words together well. That's a different debate. Like you can be a rapper. I'm not a big Eminem fan because I mean Eminem a lot of times, like his old stuff that I don't listen to Eminem. So I don't know. I ain't really listen to him.
He's kind of overrated to me.
He just put words together to me. I don't really.
Especially the new stuff, you can really exploit it. Like
because back then that was it was a fact. They like the white one who could rhyme real good. But now once it got a little bit more fun, it's like okay, we understand. You know a lot of words. You just put them together. But all right, so y'all brought up verses a few times in that last conversation. I heard you say nobody can beat R. Kelly, which may or may not be true. I got one person. I need to know who can beat him. Drake.
Drake.
Who can? You think Drake can beat R. Kelly?
No, it's just saying who can beat Drake and versus.
I think Drake can beat R. Hold on, that's not a good matchup though.
Okay.
Wayne and Drake have to do a versus together.
Wayne and Drake.
Yeah,
But
that's the only person on earth that probably beat him.
But I think it'd be unfair because Wayne got so much mixtape stuff that is so good that he could pull out.
That's why ain't nobody else on Drake caliber though. You know what I'm saying?
If it's albums, Wayne can't hang with Drake. If it's albums, if it's mixtape,
Yeah.
it's all music.
If it's all
Yeah,
sure.
Drake kind of.
Drake got too many for him.
Drake lit, bro.
I ain't gonna lie.
I think it's lit, bro.
I was against Drake for a while,
I think it's lit,
but
bro.
I don't know who can stand on it for 20.
You see, Drake would have to go up against like I heard Michael Jackson.
I heard the best answers I heard before was maybe Usher, because Usher got some joint. Usher got 20. Now you can't think of Drake's whole catalog. Yeah, Usher can. Who got 20 songs? They only need 20. Even Drake didn't have more.
I gotta understand.
20
We
with Drake?
jamming Usher in 7, 6,
Like you talking about, listen to his friends. Like
he got heat.
it's not like nobody can go song for song with Drake. We just be honest. 'Cause Drake got like hundreds at this point. But who got 20?
lyrically or like song wise?
Who got 20 songs that can go with Drake? They don't need hits because Drake can pull from anything.
Maybe they pull Outkast, maybe Outkast.
Kanye West or maybe Jay-Z.
I say Jay-Z.
I like Jay-Z.
But then
He got 20, but shit, everybody got 20 though.
Yeah, everybody knows, but like the old head, we know it. I know it.
I don't think it's a good. I think a good matchup would be Jay-Z and Kanye.
Yeah, that'd be.
You know what I'm saying? And then I was thinking maybe Drake go up against Beyonce, but I really want to see Beyonce and Rihanna go at it. And Beyonce can't touch Destiny's Child stuff. That's a total.
What do you think winning Beyonce or Rihanna?
That's tough because both of them got huge hit singles. Because Beyonce got Single Ladies and Rihanna got Umbrella. And
I think
both of them
Rihanna would take the case though. And the reason I say that because what you said is a good point. Don't touch none of your Destiny Child stuff. Yeah. Beyonce by her,
she can though. That's in her catalog.
I mean, but
it's kind of cheating, but it's
hey, but you know, like in the Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
What did he say? He was like, "Am I battling Bobby Brown?
Or am I battling New Edition?" Yeah, you're right.
So if we gonna go solo for solo, hit for hit, is it your boys or us? Because
they kind of jump you at that point.
Because right. Because the Locks went against Dipset. That's group against group. Yeah. So we don't got no group. So you got to go solo your solo hits, and I don't think Beyonce has.
It's like a fight. You can't come with your crew for a while.
Because Rihanna, man, she got the Man Down and Ponder Replay, like Umbrella, S&M, and you know, she got all them joints that were huge #1 hits or top 10 because somebody may check me like they wasn't #1. So top 10 hits, you know, that she could pull out. And Beyonce herself, she got a few, and then she ain't got as many albums around either. Because
she got some pretty big songs.
She do. I want to see how to come back. One day I want to write for Beyonce. So be how
he said I want to write for Beyonce. When she loses that verse, she get my song. Once Beyonce get with 11, it's over. It's over. I like that.
That's a song.
Alright.
Both of them got some songs.
Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one. So let's get into this topic. When the last time y'all bought a CD and who was it?
The last CD I bought, and this shit crazy.
Y'all gonna believe this?
2000.
I'm ready to hear this answer.
2018.
Oh, that was recent compared.
And it's crazy. I bought Indigo. I bought Chris Brown Indigo album. And I bought it because when I heard previews of it, I said, this is a special album. It's gonna be good. This ain't like the other 95 song one. So I said, let me just go ahead and buy it, you know, just to give him that thing. And I really enjoyed the whole album all the way through.
Hey, which one? What's the Chris Brown tape that came out? He had like 70 songs on that thing.
Oh, Before the Party. He had 75 songs, and then when he re-released it, it went down to 60 songs. And I was like, he dropped another album soon, and I was like, 20 song limit. Even Jesus went to sleep sometimes. He was here for 7 days straight.
That was a pure streaming game on that one.
Yeah,
that's all that was.
Yeah.
All right, what's the rest of y'all? What the last CD you bought? What was it?
Man, I don't even know when it came out, but like the last CD I actually physical CD copy was Making the Band, bro, chopping out.
Making the Band.
That's like 2003.
That was the last CD I got from Walmart, bro. Crazy. Long time ago. Like,
My ass was Project Pat, Getty Green, or either the other one. Either that or 3 Cent Mafia. One of them.
Hey, mine with Drake, that was the same.
That's why I
Should've known.
Hey, go ahead. I'm gonna ask you something to say.
Hey, just to say, we got history behind it.
That's you gotta go into the history behind why. I remember that being my last one. But after we heard that
Nothing literally was the same.
nothing was the same. Let's just say I bought the tape. Me and him, we was going out of town to go see some female.
Lady of mine.
I'm talking about on the way there, we jamming to that tape. Talking about the tape, we singing to every song. Bro, on the way back, that same tape playing is awkwardly quiet.
It did not play the same.
It did not play the same.
The way she did me, every song hit different. Even worse behavior. Worse behavior, like
Hey, that shit.
It was bad.
I don't think we played that again. After we got home, that tape was gone.
I heard that Drake album since then. That was like back in 2004.
Well, I ain't gonna still play it, just not around.
I appreciate that.
Do you think I had the discussion a lot? Drake's best album. Can you think
it was the same?
Okay, because I agree. I agree. Okay.
It's like then from the beginning to that Tuscan leather,
it was
whole Drake
I
had
can
a
listen to
vibe
that
every
top
one.
to bottom.
Top
Every
about
one.
no skips.
Alright, so if y'all don't buy CDs no more, where y'all get y'all music from?
Spotify,
Apple Music.
everything.
So basically streaming.
Yeah.
So as y'all as artists, do you think now, because streaming is kind of taking over, because back when the CDs was popular, you had to have a machine behind you, you had to have the labels, so they can push it on the radio so people would go to the store to buy it. As now it's like
It's making it more now. You don't really need a label no more. That's what I think. Personally.
As an artist, does that As an artist, does that make it easier for you to promote or harder?
Probably harder, maybe.
I'm gonna say
I think it's harder because it's more. It wasn't that many people rapping like that either. Like
it wasn't that many people rapping like that. It was just harder to get known because unless the machine pushed you, you didn't know who you were. But now anybody
It
can.
should be easy.
yeah, it's easier to be seen now too.
You can be nobody.
You ain't gotta be nobody. Like out here, you can be a nobody. Like and then you can pretty much get on the internet, perpetrate. You know.
You go viral just like that. I just went viral on Facebook, man.
Like
6 days ago, I posted a simple stat that big got 25,000 shares.
Yeah,
What's that?
You ain't gotta do
It
nothing.
said, I forgot why I posted it. I think
That's how easy it is.
that's how easy it is. Straight up.
Yeah, you ain't gotta do too much.
I kind of think it's a little bit of both, and I'm gonna explain. So, yeah, you don't need a machine. You can just kind of go viral for doing something. But when it comes down to getting money behind you, to be in places and doing things, it's harder.
You gotta have the money already.
Yeah, because you gotta have your own money already. But if you're using the label's money, it's a little easier to get into places. And also, I think it's harder too because back in the day, growing up, we go want to see some Parker see new artists, and then they'll blow up. And we
A
only
lot of
had
people got bad deals too, though.
We're gonna talk about that too. I'm gonna cut you off there. So I know you were mentioning that the label, like it's easier with the label, which is semi-true, but like people be hearing, oh, so and so got a 5-album, $100 million deal. What people don't realize is that $1 million, you owe that $1 million plus something back. You don't have $1 million deal. They front you the money. They front you the money, and now you got to pay that back. And the thing people don't realize is that's why artists be complaining, because if you ain't performing, you ain't making no money, which means you'll never get out that deal. Yeah, you got 4 albums, but they control when the albums come out, and they're not gonna put out an album that they know is not gonna do good, which means you're forever stuck. So, the question with that is now, like independents, like streaming sites. Yeah, you might be independent, but there's really no money unless you're hitting those type of things. Like a lot of people don't realize, every time you play one song, they make less than a penny on it.
Yeah.
So, like I did, like a little research I did was like to make 1 penny. They have to play your songs 250 times.
Yep.
And I think the most that pays, I might be last time it's been a while, because my tape was on some streaming sites, and I ain't gonna lie, mine kind of got a cheat code to it. I don't know why, but it made Apple Music homepage for like an hour. So like people who didn't know me, but Apple Music, they just clicking on it.
Yeah.
So
I ain't doing no.
So I ain't gonna lie, like
My shit did good. Thank you, Apple. So like that's when I kind of realized how much each one costs. Yeah. But like the most that pays is like Spotify, and Spotify I think they pay like half a penny, and like for 1 million streams you may make $4,000. Yeah. Wow. So like what's y'all opinion on that? As far as you might be free now from the label, but a physical copy $10 is $10. Like you play my song. Basically, 10 times equals $10, but on the streaming site, 250 plays equals 1 penny. Yeah. What's your opinion on that?
Kind of. I feel like they raping you, kind of.
Yeah. That should make you go harder,
though. I think it's... To me, I've been trying to figure out how to tap into Spotify and get listeners on Spotify, because 90% of mine come from Apple Music. 90%.
I think Apple Music pays like a fourth of a penny.
Yeah. So and it's hard because I just recently made like $2 and then some change from Apple Music. So it's and nothing from Spotify because nobody. I got maybe 2 listeners on Spotify daily.
I think Spotify because they pay the most. I think they have more. They have more rigorous, like to count a stream, they make it say you have to listen to a certain part in the song. Like they just can't click on your song and that counts as a play. I think they gotta listen past 30 seconds or something like that. So Spotify pays you more, but they make you earn it more. Like Apple will give you one if they just click on it for like 5 seconds. So I guess that's kind of give and take. But another thing is people don't realize you can have physical copies without signing a record deal either.
Yeah.
Like, cause even mine, I got my tape physical copy on Apple Music. I mean, not Apple Music, on Amazon. It's sold. You can't buy it. It's sold out now. But it was on there. So that's another way. And even then, like, I'm gonna give some game. Even with Amazon, ain't nothing that like free. So you still gotta split that with Amazon. Right. But even then, I think it was a 70-30 split. So CD $10, I make $7 a CD. Yeah. I can go on the same songs on Apple Music that got on the homepage. I still make less money on Apple Music than I did on Amazon when it sold out. Right. So even then, like, streaming, that's cool, but ain't no money in streaming. Yeah. So now let me ask y'all.
Some merch or something. You gotta be selling. You gotta really be a hustler, pretty much. Yeah. It ain't really about the music no more.
It ain't about the music. That's why you see a lot of artists. The last thing they be mentioning is their songs, because you gotta make money anywhere else. Like, ain't no money in the music, but I kind of do music. Like,
it might catch up. It might catch up. You gotta be like a hustler. Like, it ain't.
Well, people do things like they don't really care about the song. They'll like market towards TikTok, because those count as streams. Yeah. So people will do dances, and now, they not even listening for your song. They listening for the challenge or whatever your song comes with. But hey, it's a cheat code. Now you get money. And so let me ask y'all this, as music artists, and I mean y'all can answer this too. Would you sell your royalties if you were an artist?
Depending on how much.
I know there's 4 types of royalties, right?
No, I don't.
I didn't know that.
Now that's
so I did read something about
keep it all the way down.
About Dream selling his catalog. I read about that. He sold his catalog to be traded on the European market.
I think Lil Wayne did too.
I think Wayne did.
Yeah, a lot of people are selling it. Because that's the thing people don't realize. When you sell your royalties, there's no, like, I mean, technically, royalties, it's 4 different types of royalties. It's mechanical, performance, sync, and I wrote it down because I forgot the last one, print music. So mechanical is the one everybody knows. That's basically the song itself. But performance is the right to perform the song, because you can own the song and not have any right to perform it. So that's what a lot of people might do, like they might license it out, but you can't take it nowhere. Or they have sync royalties, which is like, y'all know when y'all put a video on Facebook and everybody gotta put do not own rights to the song. Because sync is the right, like you have royalties basically that they have to pay you to put your music with live media. So like on your videos, that's why they gotta say that, because they ain't gonna pay you royalties for it. So if they didn't do that, it gotta go down because somebody owns that. And then the last one is like print music. That's like for bands, like if they wanted to like turn your music into like sheet music. So a lot of people only think of mechanical, but technically there's 4 types. But 9 times out of 10, somebody want to get your royalties, they want the song, because that kind of gives you more gray area. You can kind of sneak away with the other ones if you got mechanical. But that's why the other ones be cheap, but nobody really want those.
Right.
So would y'all, knowing that, would y'all sell any other types? Because like, I'm gonna keep 100. I sold some of my royalties before. Now I ain't no big artist, so I mean it ain't make a lot of money. Right. But like with sync royalties, if you know, like me, I don't do videos that often. But somebody wanted to like do something with one of my songs before. So I mean, it ain't really affecting what I got going on. I make no money because I don't do videos with the sync royalties. So hey, you gonna do your thing. And if you make something, I don't care. Nothing's better than something. Yeah, I would never sell my mechanical because like that take away your rights. But knowing that, like if you know you don't do print music, or you know you ain't gonna do that, would you sell maybe like your print royalties or things like that?
Yeah, knowing that, I would.
So are you planning to do any? Are you planning to make sheet music with your music?
Nah.
So why wouldn't you if somebody say, yo, I want to get the sheet royalties? Because me and my band want to go play your song, but we need your permission to do it. And you ain't making no sheet music. Why wouldn't you sell it?
Yeah, you still got a point.
Because I'm looking at it as sampling too.
Right.
They want to sample it and then, they use sheet music or whatever.
Sell it to different people? No.
You can
like
it all depends on because each net, there's no like flat royalty agreement. Like you can agree somebody can get 50% royalty. Like you can always, now if you sell somebody just flat royalty 100%, you can't resell it because you don't own it. They took 100%. But it's been some people, they'll sell half their royalties and then they keep half the royalties. So then technically you still got 50% that you wanted to sell. So you can't sell it to multiple people as long as it equal 100%. You can't oversell because you don't own it at that point. But yeah, I just want to see where y'all at on that. Now, question we left off on: would you rather be independent or sign a contract?
I'd rather be independent.
I go back and forth with this all the time. Part of me wants to be independent. Well, currently I'm independent. I'm on my own label with my homeboys, Vibe Entertainment. But there's a part of me that Vibe, But there's a part of me that wants to be signed, and that part only wants to be signed just for distribution. Only yourself.
If I did get signed, it'd be just for the cloud or something. It won't be really for no. It'd be like it won't be no. Like would they be having rights over all my music? And
man, you got DistroKid, you got too
much. You got too much stuff out now.
So you can distribute yourself.
We're doing DistroKid right now.
If you could do the footwork,
But
if you don't want to do the footwork, then
now why you chose DistroKid over TuneCore? Because DistroKid, if I'm correct, they have higher percentages, don't they? Like they take from you.
Look, man, that's what the CEO of the label chose. So I was with it.
I'm gonna give you some game. You might want to talk. The difference between
you on the label already?
Yeah, technically. So this all of my homeboys, Nate that I was telling y'all about. He already been through that when he signed, actually sat down and wrote paper, whatever.
And this Nate, because Nate, I'm gonna give Nate his flowers. Nate has had some success. So DistroKid don't even make sense for him though, if we being honest. Because the difference between DistroKid and TuneCore is mainly DistroKid. They have lower, pretty much they charge you lower to put your music through them, but they take a percentage on the back end. And TuneCore, they have a higher to run through them, but you don't owe them a percentage. So the major difference, you have to be honest with yourself, is do you plan to make money off your music, or are you just doing it to have fun, you want to put it out? Because if you just wanted to have fun with your friends and put it out, then yeah, maybe DistroKid is better because we're not gonna make no money, so it might well cost less to put it out, because now we just saving money, and even if there is a percentage they take, 0% of zero don't really matter, we just save money. But on TuneCore, if you're planning to make money, yeah, it might cost me a little bit more to put it through you, but when the money come in, I don't owe you a percentage. So that'd be the major thing to ask, hey, what we doing it for? We just having fun and shit. DistroKid, but if it's some money to be made, that might be a conversation that needs to be had when you're talking about the money. But yeah, that's good. What about y'all? I know y'all don't make music like that. If y'all was an artist, y'all signed a deal or y'all independent?
Hey, I'm getting the gems before I start putting out the music. I've been behind, so I just do stuff for certain people, and whatever they do with their stuff is them. So, hey, it's a blessing to get this information right here.
You don't got no excuse, because now, this is my brother. He know how many contracts that have been in front of me. All the time. You ain't never asked me none of this.
Hey, and the reason is because I had so much other stuff going on, and I'm just now deciding, hey, this might be something I want to do. I'm just now having that conversation with myself. It's a time and place for everything. With the kids, I just got 2 kids, and so with transitioning back to working and stuff, so I'm like, okay, I'm getting a little leeway back into a normal life rather than that hectic stuff. So now I'm gonna be getting used. I'm hitting your phone all the time now. Right. So I hope you're ready.
I feel like just based off like interviews I watched and stuff, like I feel like staying independent is the way to go. For one, like you own yourself, bro. Like you control your own 24. You ain't gotta bow down to nobody, bro. Like, that's the ultimate goal for everybody in life. It should be to own your own 24 hours, bro.
It look better when you get signed, though.
It look better, but like you folk control you now.
That's the thing. A lot of people sign just because they want to say they got signed.
Yeah.
Like, it don't be anything of. If you ask them why they signed, most times they don't have a good.
It be the people around you too. They're like, oh,
but they don't know.
They want some money though.
They ain't even educated. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Half of the people around you don't be educated.
Oh, sign it.
Or it be things like the label will throw in front of you, hey, we'll give you $1 million signing bonus.
Yeah,
they don't mention
Yeah.
that is a front. It's $1 million front. This ain't the NBA when it's yours. No, you now owe us $1 million. Well, no, you owe us 1.5.
We'll say we'll give you $1 million and we'll give you a pot of 10 bands apiece.
I'm telling you, they gonna buy it.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Y'all are all state independents, you said. But if you had to sign a contract for whatever reason, would you sign a 360?
No, I'm cool on the 360. I only know what it is, but I ain't got nothing good.
I was just about to say, because you giving the best definition on that. Anytime I've ever heard somebody say 360 when I like work with them, I always tell them no. And I was gonna say, you gonna get that definition of the 360, right?
Yeah, basically a 360 is when you and the label, they get a percentage off everything you do. It don't have to be music. They get a percentage off everything.
Oh,
Your tour, your stream,
your
merchandise, all that.
yeah, on your whole everything.
The whole 360.
Your lyrics that you wrote. You can write for somebody else, they get a percentage of that.
Oh, nah.
Now let me ask you this, because there's no right or wrong answer, but why weren't you signing a 360?
Because of that reason there.
A percentage of everything?
Now I'm gonna tell y'all something with the music industry. There is just never one general anything. There's no just one flat 360 deal.
Right.
360 is basically a percentage of everything.
Right.
Doesn't mean there's like people think 360 and automatically assume they getting raped.
Yeah.
Right.
But technically 95.5, if they got 5% and you kept 95 of everything, that's a 360. Would you not sign that?
That's a good
That
idea.
ain't too bad. That's 5%.
But y'all said no already.
No, I'm saying you said it differently.
We educated on the shit. So if you break it down like that,
Right.
I get 95. I get 95. They get 5, and they doing everything like they working with me. They doing all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like why wouldn't I do that? You know what I'm saying?
Makes sense.
Because a lot of now, don't get me wrong, ain't no 360 offering 95.
Yeah,
Most 360s, with my knowledge, as far as many 360s I've seen, it's usually the label's gonna take anywhere from 60 to 70%, and you might can negotiate between the 30 to 40 range. It's never 50-50 though. They always gonna take the most of it.
That's
But
fine.
you gotta be honest. You gotta be honest with yourself.
Right.
You know who gets offered 360s? People with no leverage. Life is about leverage.
Right.
So if you have leverage, they wouldn't come to you with a 360. They're coming
Right.
to you with a joint ventureship.
Right.
That's the difference. You gotta be same thing. Like you gotta know where to stream your music. You gotta know. You gotta be honest with yourself. If the label, most of the time, people who get off the 360s are local people nobody knows.
Right.
So the label puts all the backing into you. Nobody knows you. The label's gonna take you, and the label's gonna turn you into a star.
Right.
So again, even if it was 60%, if you around here making nothing, and they can get you to start making $5 million a year, 40% of $5 million is a lot better than 100% of zero.
Yeah.
And the thing with the 360 is everybody hit 360 automatically. No, I can't do that. But you got to know the contract. The thing with 360, the percentage. I mean, it's just like I kind of put the 360s to like professional sports. You never go for the rookie deal. You always working for the second contract. So the thing with the 360, I would personally sign a 360 if it made sense. I would look at how many albums do I owe you, because a 360. I mean, you don't want to sign no crazy percentage, but a 2 album, yeah, even if I make really nothing in those first 2 albums, if I build my profile up and I get out that contract 2 albums in, now I can do whatever I want.
Right.
But, you know, if you sign an 8 album 360, which a lot of artists who don't know what they're doing, that's when they be complaining, that's what they sign. They in a 360 with a horrible percentage and you'll never get out of it. That's why they be upset. Yo, they taking my streaming.
Right.
I mean, you didn't have a stream. You had no streamer before they got to you.
Right.
Oh, they taking my tours. You weren't on tour before they got to you. So it's one of those. And the labels, again, if you had all of that, they would have never opened their mouth and said, let's do a 360.
Right.
They would have came with the joint because you already making money. So it's one of those, oh, he gonna make money regardless. Let's just try to get some. So that's when the label might come, the joint ventureship, they might take 5% because you was gonna make that money anyway. Let us just get something. But again, you gotta.
That kind of how Boosie and Young Blue it.
Yeah, like Young Blue bought. Now the thing too though, like, cause technically most contracts you can buy yourself out of, but not every contract because again, it's a business. So yeah, you may have $1 million buyout or whatever. Like Young Blue, I think he paid Boosie what $100,000 to get out his deal when he got hot. Yeah. Boosie took that money as a favor because he liked Young Blue as a person.
He still agreed to do a couple more albums for him.
See, because that's why, I like you, but business-wise, again, if you had nothing and I turned you into a star, why would I let you buy out as soon as you became a star?
Exactly.
Like, I need to make money. It's a business. So, yeah, you may have $100,000 buyout. Don't mean I want the $100,000. If I keep you here, I can make $5 million.
Money Man did that too.
Yeah, like just because there's a buyout, most of the time, that's just like Meg Thee Stallion got upset when her label didn't want to let her buy herself out when she got hot.
Right, but you got hot.
Yeah, they said, yo, Meg, when we found you, you had no following, you had nothing. We found you, we put the money into you, and we turned you into a star. As soon as you became a star, you wanted to go with Jay-Z. Which is cool, but you owe us too. We're not letting you go nowhere. And she's like, I guess she tried to be upset and be like, yo, I don't think it's fair. I ain't know it's in my contract. Ignorance is not an excuse in business. If you ain't read the contract, that's your fault. And if you didn't read the contract, it's your fault because if you sign the contract, that means at some point the contract had to be in front of you for you to sign it. So if you didn't sign it, that's on you. They don't have to say, oh, well, she ain't know. Let's let her out. So that's on you. So they go back to know what you signing, because if you don't know, I mean, even swap ain't a swindle. Like, that's on you. But I like that. I like that question. So let's ask this then. This is a what if. I want to see what y'all would do. So your homeboy has a meeting with an A&R, and he invites you to this meeting. Now, for whatever reason, during this meeting, your music gets played. The A&R hears your music and decides he wants to sign you now, which is cool. Only issue is there's one contract. So you holler at your homeboy, y'all talk about it, and he said he don't want you to sign it. Are you signing it?
Ain't my homeboy.
Yeah, my homeboy want to say that.
Somebody you got to surround yourself around people that want to see you win.
Everybody want to be chiefs. Everybody can't, you know.
My homeboy, we got this thing that say, we all say, one of us, it just take one to get the whole team.
We got to get in the door.
One person got to get their foot through the door, and then we're going to leave that bad boy open for the next person to come through. Which means we gonna make sure that you going to be on damn near every song on this album.
That's the right answer, because the thing with that is, if your homeboy tell you don't take the album, don't take the deal, and you don't take the deal, that don't mean your homeboy getting signed. That mean both of y'all walking out there with no deal. So, somebody got to get in the door like y'all said.
Yeah, I'll take it one person.
And the thing with that is, even if you wanted to look out for your homeboy, because technically it's his deal, if you wanted to do the right thing, quote unquote, you can shoot your homeboy what's called a collector fee. Like, technically, your homeboy can get paid because, quote unquote, he found you. So he can still make some money, because right now, who says you getting signed? Here goes some bread, I'm going to look out for you, we're going to get it started. And another thing is, if you and your homeboy both do music, I understand you wanna support your partner. If you got a meeting and you know your homeboy do music too, why is your homeboy at your meeting with you? That's the first important question. I never said how the music got played. How the music get played is important too. Like, was y'all just waiting and he was just playing his music, or like did you like play a song and he was a feature on it and he was like, yo, who's second verse? You. And let me talk to you instead. So all that's important, but like there's no wrong answer. Technically you could do the right thing out of respect and not take it. It's kind of stupid, honestly, if you don't take it. But it one of those, you respect it, but I respect that, but that's stupid. But alright, so let me ask y'all this. We already talked about who's your favorite mainstream artist. Who's your favorite current local artist?
A lot of people. my whole camp. They call me Nate, the Chaz Louie, J6, Trill the Fool, all them guys, man. My whole camp.
Let me ask y'all this.
Before
y'all start just plugging y'all homeboys and friends. When I say who is your favorite local artist,
give somebody a try.
When people want it, don't just start plugging everybody you know.
Nah, I'm be real, bud.
Who do you legit listen to? Like my favorite local artists, I'm gonna keep it 100, are Rashad Young, and Stereo on Lows.
Yeah.
Now I pull my phone up. If I go to my downloads, you will see Rashad Young and Stereo on Lows. So I don't need to know this question. That who do you know who make music? You just say everybody. Who do you legit listen to?
I legit listen to my boy, the Chaz Fluid. He dropped his album Back in the Mix. I listened to that.
What's your favorite song that he made?
Don't Take Your Love Away.
Okay. I was about to say, if you could respond to that, what's one of his songs, man? We just figured it out.
Don't Take Your Love Away, Running Away. Yeah, those two mainly. But that him, I do like Chino. I do like Chino Captain from Fort Valley. He's local. I realized Ele was from Fort Valley, so I like him as well too. So
now you seem to have a Fort Valley bias. Are they all good, or are they just all from Fort Valley?
Oh,
they're good.
No,
They're they are pretty good. Chino is really well. Chino is
good.
Everybody else.
I like Cooley. I like Cooley.
Yeah, I like that whole group.
Yeah, I like Cooley Sanchez.
What's your favorite song about Cooley?
Pleasant Hill. You know, I'm from the South, so you know, South Side. Yeah, but I like Fule. I like Fule DC.
Shout out Fule. I don't know if I'm supposed to announce this yet, but hey, Fule, we got something coming up soon with Fule.
Yeah.
We got something coming out called 42.
Fule actually worked with my homeboy J6 too. So.
Yeah, I like
Shout out Fule.
I like Mitch. YSN Mitch. Probably Slug.
I like the 9600 kids, man. Quilla and
Who?
Quilla, Cooley.
Yeah.
They stay on 96.
Oh, you talking about the other Cooley?
Yeah.
The little ASAP Cooley.
Yeah, ASAP Cooley.
Yeah.
Them boys slide, bro.
Yeah.
I listen to them. They in my arsenal here, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like niggas slide, bro.
Well, you shot your brother out of sight.
I mean, I shot them out. I ain't been back in the area too much longer. So when I left, it was, you know, like DJ them was making music, you making music. Aaron was still making music when I left. So Cafe the artist, he is opening up for Schoolie. Favorite song by him, January 27, Red Room. Donnie Whips, I do like his song. It's called Come With Me. He don't change his title a couple different times, but he's singing. So yeah, shout out to the Macon boys.
Alright. So let me ask y'all this. Y'all say who y'all favorite Carms right now. Who are the legends from your city?
I'm going to tell you, they call me that. You were the first one to put
That's a
Fort
fact.
Valley.
Give Miss Flowers.
He first one to put Fort Valley on 106 and Park.
106 and Park.
And if anybody think different, you are out of your mind. He is a Fort Valley legend, Middle Georgia legend at that. I'll add that too.
That's a legend.
Bow Wow, we need to run the ones with you.
What they call that?
Talking about we played the wrong that video. No, y'all didn't. You know what it is.
Yeah, they did that on purpose. Yeah.
They did.
I remember that. Yeah, Bow Wow did try to play him afterwards.
You sure did.
I'm going old school with y'all with this one, man. Legend and Warner Robins. I got two of them, man. I'm gonna give they flowers. I'm going Mr. Polo.
Yeah, Polo hard.
Mr. Polo. That's where it started. That's where it started.
That nigga hard, bro.
And I'm going DC. I'm going Fule.
Yeah.
Those.
Yeah. It makes sense, bro. Like, they hard. They tell both of them.
I break it down.
I feel like Polo one of the harder rappers. From one of the rappers, bro.
That's a
I
fact.
just told that nigga.
Who your top 5 Warner Robins?
Shit, it gotta be Polo #1. I like that nigga DeLon, bro.
Who's that?
DeLon, you know her DeLon. I don't even know her rap. I just know him by DeLon, bro. But he be rapping with DC sometimes.
I might know him. Maybe I know his rap name or something.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking Twin.
Yeah, Twin, bro.
Yeah.
Him DeLon.
I be on that music, boy. Oh, play.
I said that nigga ASAP Cooley.
Yeah.
That like one of my top. Quilla, Mitch. Shit, you in the top. Shit, you know I just had your shit, so. But your shit more relatable than all the rest of them. I listen to your type of music. Them niggas got the hood shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real, man. I don't know too many around here besides my close group, and then Fule and.
Yeah, I'm kind of biased with that question.
So,
I gotta say my vote. Don Status, you know, SLS Chase, SLS Perp.
Yeah.
I'm kind of
Now, let me ask
biased.
you this. Are you a legend?
Yeah, I feel like I am.
I
started a lot of people rapping. Honestly,
I want
to be technical.
When I first moved here, y'all was like the first shit I met that was right. You know what I'm saying?
They ain't really getting my fly. I don't be tripping on nothing. I don't really be tripping. But they know that because, I can do a song with anybody. Like, everybody, I can get in the studio with anybody that's going to pick the phone up. Oh, you finna come through? Yeah, you know.
That's a fact. I think I really only got 4, dog. Like, legends. Like 4 Robbins, I'm not gonna front, cause I'm like there's a lot of dope new artists, but they new. Like they gotta be people like, what have you done over time to really earn that?
What's your influence?
Yeah, that's why I go Mr. Polo #1. That's the first person I really remember. I know SCP song like. I
remember that song too.
That nigga suck.
It was called SCP. I don't know. I know SCP. Man. I don't know.
Viral. Like, shit going viral right now.
Like the Mount Rushmore.
Hit songs. Like, they want to hit us on shit?
Yeah, they want to talk that shit. Mr. Fuller. That's shit though.
Yeah, okay. So you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so that's like Mount Rushmore. My one rock Mount Rushmore, Mr. Polo. These aren't in order. These just mine. These mine. Whatever yours is, that's yours. These are mine. But like, Mr. Polo, you gotta give it to him. Like that's like shit. There was an order. That's probably #1. Just
the hottest song.
Impact, like, and then I got DC. I'm biased to DC. DC was actually on my first song ever. Like when I was just randomly doing freestyles, he hopped on one day at my house, and then just what he be doing. DC be doing a lot of stuff y'all don't even know he be doing. So then I got you. When I really got into it, I remember you was running Sherry Lane. All the people running underneath you, like Flowers too. Hey, hell, I might sound a little biased on the 4th person. I'm putting myself as the 4th person. When you talk like battle rap, regular rap, I ain't gonna be biased. I ain't gonna say can't nobody lyrically out rap me for Warren Robbins. It's not too many though. Like you might.
I remember you had a record on Check It.
With Chuck, that goes legendary like me.
I remember that.
That was way. That's what I'm talking about. Way. I still get talked about.
That's crazy.
Lou though. Lou got Cass.
I was thinking Lou got Cass.
Lou got Cass, but Lou, it all depends what Lou decide he want to be from. I really rock with Lou. Like I like Lou.
He's split like half and half, so shit like.
Lou don't really claim Georgia though. Lou claim New York. Now if Lou claim New York, then that's a different. If Lou claim Georgia, but Lou always claim New York.
I met Lou.
Now Lou hard as hell. That ain't a shot. Lou hard as hell. But I don't know if Lou claim like.
If he did though, that nigga.
I don't know if he be a Warren Robbins legend though, cause he still mainly do his thing in New York. So I don't know if he be, and I mean, shit, New York is better if we be honest. It's better to be a legend there. But I don't know if he a middle Georgia legend, cause I don't know. He kind of split like you said. Like people like where they from, Georgia. So I don't know if Lou count, but I think that's my top.
We got like 1 foot in.
Yeah, so it's like the people I put, they are solidified middle Georgia. They not gonna say, oh, they from somewhere else. Like this is where they at. So, alright, I like that. So let me ask y'all this. Y'all all clearly know local artists.
Right. He
only
local.
So why don't y'all support local artists as much as y'all be supporting? Or just in general, why don't people support local artists as much as they support mainstream?
I think people, because I support all my local folk that I know of, I think people in general want to wait to see what they gonna do. See if they're really serious about it. Right. That's when. So I noticed that when I came back out and put some more music out, that at first people were like, then they saw other people posting it. Other people,
they wait till other people post it. Everybody messing with you. That mean everybody want to do a song.
Jump on and say, well, yeah, bro, you hard, bro, you been hard the whole time. Right.
But it's really like a competition thing.
I bought it to you 3 weeks ago. You ain't saying that shit.
I noticed with music, especially, it's really anything in general. People don't really support you till you don't need that support no more. Like, it's already moving now, but I don't really need you to say nothing.
Right. Then when you local, I feel like everybody be kind of in competition with each other. And it shouldn't be like that, but that's how it is.
I never understood that, cause like, yo, like, why are you competing with somebody like, bro, neither of us get money. Why are we competing with each other? Like, why?
We the same, like, both of us don't got shit, bro. Like, you know what? And this styles of people out here that rap too. Why you compete with Drake? Like, why you compete with me? You know what I'm saying?
So the thing, you should support local people because if somebody, it's kind of like I go back to sports. Right. If there's 10 people who just happen to show up in the NFL from this one area, you know what all the scouts going now?
To that area.
To that area. Yeah, I don't know what's going on over there. We need to go get us one from over here. It's the same thing with music. If there's 3 or 4 people who pop off from Middle Georgia, guess what? All the A&R's finna come looking at it. But instead of doing that, everybody would rather I ain't gonna share his song because
Crabs in the barrel.
Yeah, I'm not gonna share his song because then they gonna say he better than me. He ain't better than me, and I ain't fucking with that.
You know, one thing you gotta have no spite or envy in your heart.
You gotta way genuine.
Yeah, if I really like your music, I really like this song, I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna post it.
Hey, y'all know the most awkward or ironic thing? When you show somebody love, that's when they start showing you love. Like I do it all the time. People be thinking I ain't gonna show them love. I'm like, bro, I rocked your song. Oh, for real? Yeah. Bro, I heard all your tapes, bro. Them things. Like, bro, we got a whole conversation. You wasn't gonna mention none of that. But me, I always say I like your music. Hey, bro, I've been rocking with you. Why you?
I'm saying, it been countless amount of time I hopped your inbox and told you how I like your
music. Like, see, you ain't an artist though. So but like the artists, they'll be like, they come up to me, or I guess they think maybe I'll act a certain type of way.
It's kind of like a competition thing. That's all it is.
But
they be scared somebody gonna go past something. All actuality, this is whoever got the best work ethic, really.
That's a small-minded shit though.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a shit. I mean, I don't care. Like, if your music good, it's good. If it suck, it suck. I'm gonna tell you.
That's just how I was with my clothing shit, bro. Like, I supported everybody coming up. But I know clothing was my gift, bro. Like, I knew that was my gift. That was gonna separate me from all the other clothing brands. But like, I really didn't know how to start this shit up. So I was asking people who I supported how to do this shit, but they wouldn't tell me. They thinking that I was gonna be bigger than them. But
that's crazy.
We in competition with Nike and shit every day. But you telling me that you don't want to help me, so I hit up my friends on YouTube and beat that bitch down for 2 months and learn. Then guess what? The same people that I asked about the shit, if I want to collab and shit, I'm like, no.
I'm cool.
Guess what? I share your shit every day though. I share, but I'm not gonna give you no free game that you can give it to me. You know what I'm saying? I'll share you out though.
Game ain't free. And that's the thing too. Like I know this your plan. I don't know what else you're doing, but I know like every time somebody bought something, you would just like share it. And that's the thing. Like that's kind of how I got this podcast popping too. You know, like the intros. Everybody be telling me, bro, I want to show up, bro. I just want to do an intro. Hey, bro, I just want to do that real quick. And you know, I noticed every time I do that, like the video may not come out for like a few days. I put that thing out immediately. The first thing people say, damn, they was on there? Shit, hey man, I need to get on there myself. People don't want to do it till they see everybody done did it. And now people hit me, hey bro, can I come do this and that on there? I gotta take it. That shit, I let everybody come do it. Like, that's what they're for. Like, everybody don't know each other. Now, hey, y'all might do features, y'all might start talking. Like, most people who come here, I made like that shit. People make money out of pot. I ain't even made no money on this shit. People be in here spending money with each other and they clothing brands and stuff like that, or getting features and stuff like that. But that's what it's for, man. But like, people don't ever want to show love until love gets shown. So that's what we here to do, man. Show love, so then that love will come back. I like that.
When I did my video, man, I couldn't find a chick at all to be in it. But then when it came out, you know, and they saw who got in there, they was like, well, you could have asked me to be in it. Well, I did. You probably think I'm trying to slide in. No, I'm really trying to talk business with you.
And shout out Carmen, who business also gets featured on every episode.
Shout out to Carmen, Big Fist. Shout out to her, man. She doing her thing now, and I'm so proud of her.
That's a fact. And I go another thing, man. All these businesses that get spotlighted on my thing, and everybody sending me. Hey, at first it wasn't that many people who send me their stuff. Oh, he get how many views now? How many views he get? Hey, bro, hey, you slide this in real quick. Let me jump on there real quick. Perfect episode. Hey, you wanna come? I mean, shit. If I can, that thing, I know like 100 people who be hitting. Hey, bro, can I come? I'm sorry, we got a max now. Like, nah, I get you when I can, but you had your chances. If we can get you in, we'll get you in. But other than that, shit. But I like that. What you gonna say?
So, is there any forgiveness in the game? Because I done dealt with people before too, where like we talked about before, like people see you and like, nah, you ain't going nowhere, or treat you like, oh, nah, it might not be what it is, and not support you as strongly as you want. So once you get on, is there forgiveness if that person come back around and look at you and be like, yo, can I get on now, or can I support you? Do you have that?
It's not supporting me. I always separate though that business and personal. Like, bro, we ain't gotta be friends, but I'm not gonna turn down a good business deal because it's like if it makes sense, it makes sense. Now don't get it wrong. Now I'm not gonna lie. if it don't make the most sense business wise, but I could probably do it, then I'm gonna keep 100. Maybe personal, like yo, bro, it ain't all that, and I don't like you, I ain't doing it. But if it's like, bro, it make clear sense that there's some money here, and I don't like you, I ain't gotta like you, but let me get that money. But if it's borderline, I'm keep 100. I'm good. Like,
I'm cool. Yeah.
But if it make the business wise, hey, if you got some bread and we can work it
Yeah,
out.
you gotta be like.
Yeah, I'm on business.
You gotta be bringing more than. You gotta be bringing equal or more to the table than I already got.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You already done cheated on me, bro.
Yeah, so that's why
I don't even shit on me. I'm doing way better than I was.
Exactly. Yeah, you already shitting, and now you want to collab and shit.
Right.
But what did you bring to the table? You know what I'm saying?
Cool. Everything I'm acting funny, but
you might have struck my brain by me collabing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
but I mean, honestly though, I'm not a real spiteful person though. It kind of burns their soul worse when you're doing good anyway. So it's like, I hear me out, you know. It ain't gonna hurt me, you know, personally. I mean, I don't be tripping.
wishing them there, but never fuck with them again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have my good come, you know what I'm saying?
I'm one of the people, man. I got 4 people in my life that I take things personal from.
Yeah.
Anybody other than them 4 people,
Right.
bro, it is what it is.
Yeah,
Like, there's a lot of people who think I got an issue with them, and shit, you know me. I don't. When I say I don't be giving up, I don't be caring, bro. But
I don't let nothing bother me. I don't even let stuff about Monse bother
I
me.
got thick skin.
If you can control your emotion, you the stronger person.
Right.
One more time, she like, you don't let nothing bother you. No, for what? What I'm stressing out
I'm
for?
straight.
Bro, I learned early, bro. You can be as mad as you want, but if somebody want to do something, they gonna do it. The only thing, you just gonna be an angry ass person watching them do it, bro. Don't energy with that.
Me and my girl broke up last month, and when we broke up, she was like, "You taking this pretty well." Yeah.
Yeah, what you want me to do? Stress?
You want to dip out? You can dip out.
Want you know,
Like, sometimes to be upon you. I wish you the best. I support everything you got. Everything you come
She's
with.
sitting there crying. I'm just like, I mean, you good? I need you not to be crying and driving. You know, I need you to close.
So you broke up while she was driving?
She broke up with me.
right.
I was like, you gonna
good about this.
Hey,
Yo.
so you said the next song is gonna be one of your best. Is it about that?
It's not like, so get this, check this out. That song was co-wrote by Nate.
Okay.
Okay. It's real R&B.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let y'all hear it, man. When we finish.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let y'all hear it. But so that was about me breaking up with her years ago.
So y'all broke up before.
So kind of say. I saw it when you said it. I was like, hold on, it might be some correlation with that music.
Hey, nah, she heard all he was in the bad. That's how we feel it. Hey, she was in the car thinking about it. Hey, you know what? This ain't all work, man.
So my boy, so Nate was going through something in his relationship, and he had wrote it, and he said, "Hey, bro, I wrote this. I know I ain't the best singer, so I want you to hear it. And if you can do something with it, do something with it." So I heard it. He had like the hook in the first verse. And I said, "Oh yeah, I'm with that." So then I just added my verse on there, you know, and like I said, I feel like it's my best work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you're not better than them hurt songs.
Yeah.
But people still in my inbox. Hey yo, Jaded. Oh man. So let me ask you. So he made a song. You ever made a song about a female? With your,
I'm more like a pimp, I'm more like Pimp C. I don't too much. I mean, I'm probably like 1 or 2.
I must ain't heard it. I ain't most of your stuff. I ain't heard you make a song like that.
Yeah, I'm like Pimp C type. I ain't too much.
Man, I done made a few songs, man. I be all over there. I be trying to reach every topic, though, man.
Some of my new stuff, like the new stuff I'm finna release now, you know, I got a little bit more in depth. Cause I'm getting old, you know, I'm older now, so I get more in depth. I'm tapping into more like my emotions and stuff like that now that I'm older. But you know, back then just, you know, trap this and you know, in the hood or you know, stuff like that. Just the stuff I was around at the time.
I'm gonna ask you something. Where your LRW3 feature at, man? I ain't come up here, man.
I mean, well, you talking like a new feature? You know, we did that old song.
I thought we had one way.
We had one like
that was my
2000.
That was old, man.
2010.
You probably can't find that no more. It's hard to find my old stuff. I buried that. It's hard to find.
Do something new. I want to do something with him too, though. He's signed. Oh yeah. I got to tap in. You know, I'm tap in. I got to tap in. But yeah, we can do something. You know,
I'm with it.
You might have to pull out the pen. You know,
hey, you know how ironic, bro? That's why
want to do features with me. They were like, bro, nah, I ain't.
Nah, I ain't scared of that.
But I mean, what I'm like, bro.
Yeah, I got songs with J Good. I got songs with DC.
You got hard, right?
Yeah.
You got all, you know. I'm just sweating.
We gonna you got a song with it.
Yeah, you know.
You got a
I'm
song
pretty good with the words and stuff, wordplay, you know. I'm gonna say it how I say it, but you know, you gotta come with it with him though.
That'd be fun. People be hitting me for real, like, bro, I would ask you for a song, but
I'm scared.
you know, like, you look bad. Bro, I ain't even trying to do that. Y'all never want, everybody be like, bro, you'll never do no feature, but everybody don't ever call me for one. So y'all just make me seem like, man, he got that ass on his shoulder. Bro, who called me for a feature? Like, damn.
I ain't gonna call.
See, you be like, nah, man. He even get their own song. Like, damn. Then they turn around and make it look like it's me, man. I ain't never want to do nothing. Y'all don't even ask me, bro.
Yeah.
So let me ask y'all this. What's y'all opinion on ghostwriters? Do you have a ghostwriter? And have you ever ghostwritten?
I done ghostwritten for people. I ain't gonna say names, you know.
I ain't gonna say the name either.
Couple artists, local artists.
I done ghostwritten, not a local artist.
Yeah, local artists. I done helped them with whole songs.
I wouldn't even call it ghostwriting. I just kind of helped. And I was like, I don't need you to.
I don't know. I told her how to stay it there. Like,
yeah, cause long
Quentin, was it Quentin?
long time ago.
Tracks and
I can't rap. I don't call myself. I don't rap really, but you know, my homeboy was doing some rap shit and he couldn't think of a line. He was like, I'm kind of stuck here. So I was like, well, let me just go ahead and finish it off for you. Maybe you say this, that, and third. He liked it, so he did.
yeah. Sometimes you need that in the studio, though. Sometimes. Yeah.
I had some people hit me up for a line, but then like you can't really use my lines because the way I rap.
Yeah, me too.
Like it's gonna stand out, bro. You like the rest of your whole verse gonna sound like that.
This ain't TiZZE.
Hey, yeah, it's weird. Like y'all know I don't battle rap like that. But I had one, and I had helped him do with his round, and then like the highlight of his round, like when they were doing the recaps, talking about it, they was like, man, your whole round was like kind of ass. Except in one part, man, I ain't gonna say the line, cause like if I say the line, everybody gonna, well, y'all probably not, but the battle rap community gonna be like, I know exactly. It was a big thing. They were like, I knew he didn't write that shit.
I feel like battle rapping your gift though, bro.
I don't even want battle rap, man. That's my cousin. Al the Death Dealer is the GOAT battle rapper to me. That's my cousin.
I feel like that's your gift though. That's the shit that you make it seem so easy, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
You make everybody want to be that. You know what I'm saying? Your shit ain't your shit simple. Like you. Like how you deliver this shit, bro. Like it's just like it's like God bless you with that shit. Like not even because like I'm cool to and shit. Like but when other people hear this shit, bro, it feel like that's what you were destined to do. Like this your gift. This is what you do with less effort as possible, but sound the best. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, people don't. I don't even be trying to be battle rapper.
You know what I'm saying, bro? Like that's your gift, bro. Like this shit lit. You like try. You fucking up. Like
and all legends in their craft answer like that. Like my drum, like hey, how you do that? I just practice. They never give you that detailed answer. It be people who have to really try hard. They give you detailed answers. They
ain't no skill that they learn on time. Like they were born with this shit.
The thing people don't realize when it comes to battle rap, the issue why a lot of battle rappers, like people, I know y'all battle rappers can't make music.
Yeah, right.
The reason being is because most battle rappers, they don't never start as rappers. They start as battle rappers.
Right.
But when you start as a rapper and then you just having a battle rap, that's why my stuff sound a little different because all they ever done is battle rap. They whole life, their whole setup is all battle rap. My shit is always musically structured. So when I come into battle rap, it's a lot easier because I'm still writing this like a verse. Like I know how to change the tempos and things like that like a verse, but all they know is all they know is battle rap, straight to the point. So it's not a lot of things, which is why battle rap way too easy though. I don't even. They've been trying to get me to come back. I probably come back.
That shit lit, bro. You gotta keep fucking on niggas. That ultimate bread, like if you gonna
people don't realize there's not a lot of money in battle rap either.
But you can make it a lot of money though.
Not necessarily.
If you lit, bro, you can make it. Everybody gonna want you, bro.
The top battle rapper, and I'm talking about Loaded Lux. The most he's made that I know is 40,000 a battle.
So you talking about he getting like 50?
Alright, let's say Sue Surf. So you know, Sue Surf battles twice a year, maybe. So that's 100,000 a year, which ain't bad, but like it ain't like that stops everything.
That's for two appearances.
Yeah.
And you already said you don't take nothing to do it. So why wouldn't you do it?
But the thing is, that's an anomaly. Most battle rappers make anywhere from zero, because most of them don't get paid, to like 500. Like a lot of these battle rappers we talking about they make money, they don't make money. Like now if you like a Tay-Rock, you might get 7
to 10 a battle. Yeah. But again, those are URL. When people, like, unless you're there, you're making nothing 9 times out of 10, or you're making 500.
Like Hitman doing that thing.
Now Hitman, 30,000. Hitman making money. Again, that's smack. That's URL. Most people don't make a URL. And then the thing I realized, those people have been in the game forever, so they kind of earned that, which is why they trying to phase them out, because all these new people ain't getting that. They getting 5,000 a battle maybe. So yeah, I'm trying to get you. I don't want to pay you 30,000 no more. So there ain't no money in battle rap. The top guy now is 8,000 a battle. Yeah. And he battle like you could battle what 4 times a year. It's like 30,000, which ain't bad, but it's not like you can stop everything and live good off of it. So that goes back too. Like I look at what's the end game. Like the top person ain't making that much. So even if you become the top guy, it ain't worth all the effort you got to put in. That's why too. I be like, it don't make business sense to go that hard with battle rap. It's one of them. I gotta already be free. I gotta already be bored, and there ain't nothing better I could have been doing. And even then, shit, I can always get in the studio and do some other shit. But I know I'll make more money than whatever this battle rap appearance was. Cause I've been offered a few since I came, since my last one. I've been saying no. Yeah. But all right, so we talked about Ghostwriting. So if a ghost, like Drake, we brought up Chris Miller. Once somebody gets proven to have a ghostwriter, do you take them out the GOAT debate?
No.
I do.
I don't.
You don't even write your own rap. What you mean?
So, and here's how I look at ghostwriter, right? So, technically, when you give a line and you take the line, technically ghostwriter.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I can't really take you out the GOAT debate. And also, his album sales, you have to put him in the GOAT debate with that. So I can't take
I don't want to take about the GOAT debate, but if you got a ghostwriter, you got a ghostwriter.
And then even Puff had a ghostwriter.
Yeah, Puff.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody got a ghostwriter.
Everybody had ghostwriter. Even Big had a couple lines.
Everybody got a ghostwriter.
Now influence, cause your man can like throw you a say it like this, say it like technically that's ghostwriter. It helps you with the line. That's different than I'm gonna write your whole verse.
Yeah, the whole. I'm about like writing the whole verse.
Now, and then to Drake's point, it wasn't a freestyle that was given to him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I take Drake's freestyles way more weight than just a song. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so I think it was the Energy that he did.
He did a few on that way. I know he did Energy. I know Meek was mad because he did the song that was starting to beef.
Yeah.
What was that song that Drake was doing?
Was it 100? I think.
Yeah,
no, it was. Amen, I think. Was it Amen or something like that?
No, I forgot the name.
I forgot the name.
Yeah. You can look if you look up Drake, Meek Mill, Quick Mill. Reference track, it'll come up. I've got the name of the song. It's an old song. That's what started the Drake and Meek Mill beef.
But when it's an actual just song, I see nothing wrong with it. If it's a freestyle and I figured out the freestyle was ghostwritten, then that's an issue. Cause as a when I look at a rapper and you do a freestyle, I take that serious. I take that holds more weight to me than a single or a song. So
I think to me it breaks down what type of GOAT debate are we having? Are we having a musician GOAT debate? Like who just makes the best songs, period? Or we having a lyricist GOAT debate? Because you can't have a ghostwriter and being a lyricist GOAT debate.
Yeah, it can't.
And that's kind of what I'm saying about a freestyle. So when Drake does his freestyles or his timestamp songs, which are freestyles, I look at that more as
it's like once a sports person gets caught with like steroids,
PEDs,
like you did it. Like did you write it? All did you write that one?
I mean, Julian Edelman got caught with PEDs and he's looked at as one of the GOATs.
Julian
Edelman, he got caught with PEDs and people look at him as
like he ain't no GOAT debate.
But can you look at them like actors though? Because they write scripts. Denzel didn't write half the stuff he did. He's the GOAT of acting. He didn't write none of that. But he performed.
That's a different talent like that. You might can't be a screenwriter, but you can be a.
You might not be a songwriter, but you're a great performer. Does that make you less of a GOAT?
No, that doesn't make you less of a lyricist though.
Yeah, it do make you less of a lyricist.
So that's why you said we got two different aspects of the conversation.
Yeah,
lyricist and
like Kanye could be in a musician debate because Kanye will let you know he has teams of writers. He don't write.
So and then like to break it to R&B standards, Prince and Michael Jackson debate. Prince, he composes all the music, he writes all the music, nobody gives him anything. Maybe Whitney and Lisa every now and then, but
see that's kind of different though, because like a lyricist, like if you can't write lyrics, bro,
that's true.
You can't, but you might can sing, but you can't write songs. So that's a different type of talent. But bro, if you rapping, that's literally all like. If you can't put the words together, you can't rap, bro. Yeah. But you might be able to sing, but you're not good at making music.
But not everybody got the voice to rap either, though. Like, not to be funny, but like Kevin Hart say, like he kind of had a dream to rap spontaneously,
And that's
but he
true.
just don't have a voice for
And some
it.
people can't write, which is why they're not a lyricist, but they may be a musician. Like,
So
you know
it's
what I'm
that
saying?
double sided debate that has to just be like, let it be what it's gonna be.
Yeah, that person like who to go.
If you can sell it, you
This thing, you know.
Millie and Vanilli vibes.
Let me ask you
Right.
Take it back, Millie and Vanilli vibes. If you can sell that shit for a while, take it for what it is.
Let me ask y'all this. We're getting down to our last few questions. All right, so I don't know if y'all noticed lately the thing between Cassidy and Tory Lanez. Everybody know about that?
Yeah.
All right. So,
Also Meek now, because Meek back in the conversation of the argument.
so what is the difference between paying homage and just stealing lyrics?
I mean, a lot of people pay homage. I mean, a lot of folks steal lyrics. If you want to be technical, a lot of artists do that. But I mean, paying homage is like kind of. You might shout them out, but you're not shouting them out. If everybody know the verse or everybody know the lyrics that you're saying, if it's really apparent who you getting it from, I think you paying
To
homage.
me, to pay homage, you gotta be at least in your verse. Gotta be like word to whoever you see. You gotta say that.
You don't want to Cassidy. Everybody don't know Cassidy like that.
Yeah, so
for you to do that.
That's a good point that he made. Like I said, I keep referencing Kendrick Lamar. Like when he said, I'm mad. Oh yes, you can. Oh yes, you can. That's James Brown. Like if you know the music, the fans you don't have to say James Brown in your lyric. They should know that tune to what it is.
Yeah.
But not everybody knows certain people. So if you feel like the audience not gonna know that, then I think that's when you should step in as an artist and be like, this is what it was.
Do y'all think Tory Lanez was trying to steal Cassidy lyrics?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think he was paying homage, but then
He wasn't paying homage. I want to say that.
But from what I remember from following Tory Lanez since before he was signed and had Say It Out, he takes influence from a lot of
He
different
used a
people.
lot of samples anyway.
He used a lot of samples, and then that's a thin line too when it comes to like sampling, because like you can
I'm gonna cut you off because I got a question about that.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna wait.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait. You gotta run right to that question. I can tell.
But when it comes to sampling, like with Drake, when he said I go on and on, can't understand how I last so long. Like he sampled, he sampled the Too Short song.
It's clear.
You know what I'm saying?
The only thing Cassidy, to me, Tory Lanez was trying to be a little slick. It was one of those, like.
You thought about my Cassidy?
Yeah, it was an old. First off, a lot of people don't listen to Cassidy music.
Right.
It was a lower known Cassidy song that, unless you were a true diehard Cassidy fan, you would have known it. And he didn't even shout Cassidy. He made no reference to Cassidy until Cassidy said, "Hey, bro, like, hey, those my lyrics." Oh, I was paying homage. You didn't say nothing about it though, till I said something. And Tory Lanez has been called a couple of times borderline for, so that goes too. Like you kind of got a history. It's one of those it's like when we get caught with a ghostwriter. Like, hey, did you write that? It's like, hey, you sure you weren't trying to steal that? Like, cause we done know you to steal. But
the only time you paying homage if it's like a real notable.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like they were, you could.
Everybody takes. I mean, from your favorite artist, if you're a rapper, you gonna take something from something. Like you get it from somewhere.
You gonna take a flow.
Like something.
Yeah.
So you be like, I got that from I like it. I mean, I grew up listening to that. That's paying homage.
So like, not to cut you off. So like, do you think it's important for the older generation to really pinpoint like, hey, that's mine, or do you think they have nothing else better to do? Like when 3 6 Mafia targeted Migos, like, oh, that's our flow. We've been doing that.
Yeah, but that's young folks don't know that.
Yeah,
They have been doing that. Though.
Right. So it's like, do the older generation need to just like take
that was kind of petty though with 3 6. They was like 3 6. They like Migos wasn't trying to steal that. They didn't.
They just trying to.
A lot of folks start 3 6 stuff though.
So like Migos, that was
really
more old head, just angry. Like, oh, y'all showing them all the love. Y'all calling it the Migos flow, but that's our flow. Like, we didn't really need to say that because it's not like the Migos was running out here saying this our flow. They just went out their way to let it be known. No, it's all. They didn't have to do that. But I mean, technically, like sometimes like it's out of place, but sometimes it's not. Like sometimes it's warranted.
But I'm a 3 6 fan, so when I heard, I was like, that do kind of sound like Lord Infamous, or something like that. So I mean, it really matters what you used to listen to, kind of when you were growing up. Cause that's what I grew up on. So when they said it, I was like, I've been heard it. I mean,
when I first heard it, my instant thought of Bone Thugs.
Yeah,
that's
true. They came out and started saying something too.
Yeah, like they all kind of got a mixture.
But you can't really get mad. I mean, if they paying. I mean, they might not say it, but it's like they paying homage.
Yeah, and the thing with that too, like, yeah, it might have been 3-6 flow, but they kind of came off like haters because nobody was really doing it anymore. So it's like it's hot because of the Migos. So now you're kind of going out your way to take credit you're really not owed. Because even if it is yours, nobody was really doing it because of you. They were doing it for the Migos.
Yeah.
So that's different with the Cassidy thing that he actually took an action.
Yeah,
he's old. Like, he's old and
like that's all. Like you was just
taking lyrics now. Like, come on, you thought nobody was gonna.
Yeah.
You thought nobody was gonna notice it, but.
So let me put y'all on the spot. How you tell your homeboy he ain't a good rap or his music ain't it?
You gotta be honest. I mean,
let me hear an actual conversation.
got no friends around you.
I mean, you can't have good friends around you. They don't tell you like you ain't got the route. Everybody ain't got the route. Everybody ain't got.
So let me hear what how you sit down and tell your homeboy this ain't it.
Some boy,
Blind as fuck. Like this.
yeah, like, bro, this ain't it. You know, that's how I talk though.
That's not it.
All my homeboys, we
I
all.
want to hear you. You so
With the
whole friend, like.
I have the question. I don't think you tell your homeboy his music ain't it.
Honestly, there have been a few songs, but to me they don't miss.
Yeah.
But there have been maybe a couple songs I'm like, I don't really like that one like that.
Yeah.
And that's how I say it. I don't really like that.
Right.
I don't really dig that song like that. I mean, you could do better.
I want you to tell me if you don't like something. So,
I'm big, cause I'm big. I'd rather tell my homeboy before he go out than everybody. Let me tell you, bro, this ain't it.
Yeah, this ain't it. Get back in there.
I wouldn't say like that. I always say, I don't really like that, or I'd be like, I heard you do better, or I heard you go harder. And then I'm like, all right, cool, I appreciate that. And then they'll change it, or the song won't come out.
So all y'all.
Cause they'll tell me the same. They be like,
I had a few people who ain't my homeboy. Like I ain't feel like, and I might be wrong. I let some people get some trash music out because like you know somebody like that's you gotta kind of know is your homeboy looking for true constructive criticism or they just looking to be.
Some people ain't looking for.
They just want to tell their grade.
Some people you can't really say too much to.
Cause I had a few people who send me their music and I'd be like,
I just don't get on the song if I don't like it.
Oh, I don't get on the song. That's why you gotta send me the song first. But I'd be like, yo, man, nah, this ain't really my style.
But see, people did me like that too. I was sending them a song that just ain't get on it. So I be like, I guess it ain't like it. I mean, I don't be tripping about it. I mean, it just ain't like the song. It wasn't for him, I guess. Can't really take it. You gotta have thick skin when you do music. I mean,
definitely. You can't give a damn.
Hey, sometimes if the song trash, I won't even mention them rapping. I just talking about the beat. That be hard, bro. That be hard, bro. Like, who made the beat? That be crazy, yo.
That should be their clear indication.
Hey, what you thought about that verse though? Hey, bro, that beat drop, bro. That shit crazy, man.
Man, your flow was good.
Hey, that's the ultimate. Hey, I like the flow. I don't like the words you was flowing with, man. So, all right. What is the difference between sampling a song and basically just making the same song again? Kind of like y'all, it's kind of becoming more common.
Yeah, because now I'm starting to hear like everything I used to listen to like in 2000.
I don't even like it.
You know, I don't like it either. It don't sound as good.
It's kind of a cheat code because no matter what you say, it's gonna be a good song because everybody gonna automatically think of the other song.
Like when he said, "I ain't trying to have a beehive come after me." When she did Frankie Beverly Mays, leave the cookout song alone. It did not need that. That was trying to recreate a song in a modern time that we didn't need. Now, if you would have sampled it and made it a certain way, that would have worked.
See,
I'm talking about Candy and like
everything. Young A son, Who I Smoke.
Yeah.
That shit a hit because of the sound.
Yeah, you were. It's kind of like that song with like Rihanna and DJ Khaled they had not too long ago. That was
Wild Thoughts.
Yep, with like Carlos. I thought the whole time Carlos Santana. Or even like Waukesha, Moneybag Yo.
It's like I don't know, man. It's a good song. I like Waukesha, but it's like I always think about the song.
The tap in or something. I ain't.
It's either hit or miss though.
Everything she do is like a whole sample. The entire beat.
Erica Banks?
Is that her?
I think that's her.
I don't know who she is. I just hear it on the radio sometimes. She had another song from like, who was that group? I can't remember. But she had a whole nother song and it was just the instrumental and she kind of said the same.
If we talking about the same person, I've heard Erica Banks, she's like, toot that thing up.
Yeah.
She used that beat. Yeah, she used the beat, but like you said, she used it.
I said wrong.
It
was something like that shit.
I do what you did.
What I said the wrong song.
I do what you meant though, because she worked with the dude called the Beat King, and he recreates lyrics all of it for it, and it's just the same song.
And she take the
her
same.
rapping
I think it should be like a time, like you sample something. I think like you sample something like Prince or like Michael Jackson. Y'all sampling stuff like 10 years ago. Like,
I'm not gonna. I like samples on my beat, but I like samples that's not clear from songs.
Yeah,
Like, I just like background.
Like I just heard this song like 10 years ago, 15 years ago.
Yeah,
like, high school.
Like when you hear mine, you won't just be like, oh, that's that song. Like I know exactly. Like it's just like okay, I like to like sing a random. Like I'll take like a somebody like a random chord or something. Like somebody sing it, but it won't just be like, damn, that so and so song. He just rapping over the beat again.
And that was a good point you made earlier about like, does it, differ from their song? Because on Rhythm and Flow, I don't know if y'all seen it on Netflix with T.I., Cardi B and them.
Oh yeah.
T.I., they had the artists, one of the challenges was take a sample and make it sound like your own song. And they had a guy who did one of the old school Snoop Dogg beats. And they was like, that sounded like you, but everybody else who did it, they was like, I can't get the original song out of my head. So it's not a sample at this point. You recreating something that's not yours.
And then that made me think about, I don't know if y'all seen the show Sign that had Rick Ross, Dream, and Lenny Hess.
Yeah, I do believe so. Yeah,
the girl Brittany, she had a beat that sounded just like Aston Martin music, and then she sung it the exact same way, but she really couldn't sing. But she was just. That's a different story. She was using her body to get to Rick Ross. And Rick Ross was like, ooh, I love it. Like, yeah, of course you like it, dude. Like, it's your beat. It's the same song. Of course you like it. And then she good to look at, too, so of course you like it. I'm like, bro, that's all. That's trash.
Now, how do y'all take those songs? Like, do you think like that person should have the rights to that song at that? I mean, and the thing that like those songs really make no sense because the royalties you have to pay out to make those songs, like you ain't making a lot of money on those. Yeah. Because especially like if half the song is somebody else's song, they not you about to pay to even get that sample. So like, in y'all opinion, as far as y'all make music, is it even worth going that hard to recreate a song like that when you really not make no money off of it?
Well, if you already making money, I mean. If you really like that song, like,
I just want to do a cover to it. Yeah. If you're doing a cover to it or a freestyle over it, that's fine. You ain't making no money from it. You ain't got to worry about taking the L on it. Just put it up on SoundCloud. You ain't making no money from it. But if you're trying to push it and make it a single, then you may need to change some stuff around on it, so that way you can make some money off of it. Because you're just gonna be paying that artist and that producer and that label, to use that song. You ain't making nothing off of it.
I think you go back to how you explained the royalties earlier. Like they may be paying a lot for that song, but like it's pushing them so they can get all their other merch and all that other stuff out. Because in this generation, creativity is getting thinner and thinner. Yeah. So like I feel like let me recreate this. I may have to pay out the pocket right here for this song, but that's pushing my image because then you notice they started doing stuff like Fendi and all this other merchandising because then like you said, the music gets pushed down a little bit. So I think that's just a front to get to other money.
Let me ask y'all this. I didn't even have this question. I just thought about it. As far as where y'all get y'all beats from, do y'all use YouTube beats or anything like that? Where do y'all get y'all beats from?
All my beats in house, like my partner make beats.
So my beats are a combination of in-house sometimes, YouTube sometimes, and SoundClick sometimes.
Do you copyright those beats, or do you lease them? Anything like that?
I lease them.
Okay.
I always lease them. I either lease them. I recently just started buying exclusive rights. So I'll buy exclusive rights to them.
I used to rap on like instrumentals when I first started, but then somebody had, talked to me about that, so I just...
That's what I was going to say, like...
I used to do like freestyles over instrumental.
I think when you're going to be a musician, the main thing you need to always remember is whenever you do anything, do I plan to make money? Even as simple as a beat. Right. Because like you can get YouTube beats, it's easy to get YouTube beats without paying. It's easy to get SoundCloud beats without paying. The issue becomes when you make a hit with it and you ain't never released that beat. And now you gotta run back to them and you gotta get that. Cause it's just like Bobby Smurda, y'all know a hot nigga, whatever. He didn't own that beat when it got hot. So when it was time to go back, because most leasing beats, they might $30, sometimes $300. It can range depending on the person. Never really I think the beat he had used, I think they was doing it for like $300. He ain't gonna pay that. He just started using the beat. But like you gotta be honest. Am I planning to make money? If you ain't gonna make no money, then fuck it, don't pay them. Like, you ain't gonna do that. But you gotta you need to figure out, is your song about to take off? You need to figure that out
before the person who made the beat figures it out. Because Bobby's issue was when it was time to go back and buy the beat, the song was already streamed millions of times, and they knew that. So no, I don't want $300 no more, because I know now for you to take off, you can't take off without this beat. So it would have been 300 in. I think, he took Bobby's head off for me to go, because I mean, you had no leverage. Life about leverage. You need this beat now. This song already gone. I'm holding. You gotta pay me. I think he took 70% of that song. It might be more, but like Bobby didn't make a lot of money on that song just because he waited. So that, I was just wondering, y'all, when do y'all usually buy the beat? Do you just buy the beat as soon as you think of a song, or do you wait?
So, quick story before I get to that. Something similar to that happened to me. Okay, so 2015, I bought this beat for like $25. Okay, it didn't get really no rights. It just gave me the right to put it up on SoundCloud without getting it taken out. So I made the song. It was getting like 2,000-3,000 streams. And next thing you know, turn on the radio, I hear this beat. I said, damn, this sounds familiar. Go on Vine. Vine was hot at the time. I said, this sounds familiar. My homeboy said, hey, bro, this sounds familiar, don't it? I said, it do, in the comments, right? So this guy was like, well, I'm the manager to this artist. We got this beat. Do you have this beat? Like, in my inbox. I'm like, yeah, I got this beat. I got $25. You know, he was like, are you making any money off of it? No, I'm not. He was like, all right, keep it that way. That song is dope. By Bryson Tiller.
For everybody, there's a lot of people who had a similar beat to Don't.
Yeah.
People don't realize if you listen to YouTube beats, that beat, like there was a lot of beat makers who were making similar songs, like similar samples like to that.
Yeah.
And like, I heard it for a few times before then, and then like when you came out, everybody kind of had like a similar beat to that because it was so many people who were like sampling that.
It was the exact beat. It was the exact same beat from start to finish from the same person.
So if you had rights to it, did you ever fight it?
I couldn't.
Why you
I didn't have those types of rights.
You didn't have a copyright to it?
I didn't have a copyright to it.
See, and that's the thing, I wouldn't even quite, I'm gonna bring, I think we brought it up the last podcast, we talked about copyright and how you don't necessarily have to.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens to a lot of people who got like, I hate to put Lil Wayne on the spot. Lil Wayne used to be the king of that. Like, you know, people say Lil Wayne used to steal from like lower level artists and people like that.
Yeah.
Reason being, like people think you have to copyright your music. You technically don't. Technically, your music is copyrighted the minute it leaves your mouth.
Yeah.
The issue becomes though when it's like a big artist who steals your music. Technically, you then, if you can prove without a doubt that they stole it from you. But you can't really do that if it's not copyrighted. Because technically, you don't need it copyrighted, but it timestamps the time you did it. But even then, copyright don't really help because all they got to do is argue that I'm bigger than you. I ain't never heard you rap before. Even if they did, so then you now have to prove without a doubt that they heard it from you and they stole it from you. So that's why you like, I probably couldn't fight it. You probably couldn't have because you would have had to prove for whatever reason, Bryson Tiller heard your beat and then took your beat and decided to make his own song.
What I think happened was we may have gotten it at the same time because my song came out in like February. His song came out immediately in March. Like a week later, I heard the song, and it was all over, Vine at the time. So he was still bubbling at the time too. And then like a month later, it's everywhere, and then it was on the radio, and then I'm like, oh, he got this beat. I know he got the exclusive rights to this beat.
So you didn't have the exclusive rights, you just leased it.
Yeah.
Oh, so you ain't had no argument there.
No, I had no argument.
You had no argument
at all. It just made me go, all right, I gotta go harder. And now I know what to do next time. Get exclusive rights.
Yeah.
So now if I do a song, now when I do music, I always get the exclusive rights.
Yeah, because when you lease it, I don't think it even gives you right to make money on it, do it. So honestly, if you're not gonna get the exclusive rights, you might as well save that money and not even buy the beat until you're ready to get exclusive rights. Because either way, like shit, you just spent money for no reason. He took off with your song.
Yep. I was hurt. God, I was hurt. I was at Fort Valley State here, came down. I said, I ain't about to go see no damn Bryson Tiller. You want to see Bryson Tiller? Hell no.
Hey, you heard it?
I said, I would turn that song on every time I come around. I don't want to hear that.
Hey, he said his dorm room, man. That's how he can hear it. Damn, man. That should have been me.
Listen to his album and critique the whole thing. This album trash. That song trash. Nah, I like Bryson Tiller.
That whole take was hard, man.
Yeah.
That might piss you off even more.
Shout out to Bryson Tiller. Ain't no hard
missed on that tape.
He didn't.
He ain't missed at all.
That shit got
His change.
I don't think he dropped nothing after that, did he?
He had it.
It's
Okay.
You can tell he put your whole life into that one tape.
Yeah, that one was hard, man.
He told all his stories in that one album.
I used to bump that one was so hard.
That was solid.
It be like that.
I couldn't lie though. When I heard Exchange, I was like,
Yeah, they exchanged, so.
Exchange was I ain't want to admit it.
So, alright, last question. What's the most profitable song? Do y'all know what's the most profitable song
Profitable song.
in the world?
In the world?
Oh, I thought you meant between them two.
No.
Oh.
The most profitable song in the world? And it's still
Give us a
currently.
hint.
It's still
Hint.
currently the most profitable song.
You get no hint?
Is it okay? Let me
Like
ask.
it's new song, but like in the world, period.
In the world, period. This is the most
Okay.
profitable song.
What song?
I know the top.
You gonna tell us a genre?
I literally can't tell you anything or you know it.
Not even a genre?
Is it a movie song?
It can be a movie song.
Is it a pop star song? Is it a
It's
rapper?
sometimes played in the movies, but not often.
Oh, I don't know. That's hard.
Okay, wait a
The
minute.
most profitable song in the world?
This is gonna y'all gonna be like, oh
My
man,
McDonald's? McDonald's?
not McDonald's.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let me ask this. I'm gonna pry a little bit more. Okay.
He ain't gonna be there.
Y'all been on movie.
Y'all gonna be like, damn. Y'all hear like
I
that?
feel like it's some Michael Jackson or
Hold on.
something. It gotta be Michael
You gotta be
Jackson.
something you hear a lot.
Is it from the 80s?
I think it came out before the 80s.
Okay.
What? It is Michael Jackson or
So
something.
What's some
hold
old?
on, I'm getting there. I feel like I'm close. Is it? Okay, wait, no. It's something from the 70s. I know it's from the
It might be
70s.
older than 70. I honestly don't know when it started. I know the person because this song is owned by somebody. I know they bought this song in 1990 for $15 million, and they make $2 million a year off of it.
It's the Beatles.
Not the Beatles.
Okay.
Oh, I don't
And
know.
I say y'all are not gonna. This is not gonna be a song y'all thinking of. It's so common of a
It's
song.
a Christmas song.
It's going over your head.
A Christmas song.
Could be a Christmas song, depending on certain factors.
Jingle Bell.
Jingle bells.
Hey,
It's so obvious. It's going over everybody's head.
I know.
The Temptations.
Not Temptation.
It's like an old song.
Prince.
Not Prince.
I need like the genre of the
For the
song.
80s. So.
I don't even know what genre.
I feel like
it's
you're giving us a lot by us just asking artists.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now. It's not by any specific artist. At least I don't know the artist.
Oh, it's a band or something?
Is it like a jingle? Is it
This.
is it just an instrumental?
It could be a jingle.
Hey, I feel like I
It's
know
a
what it
jingle.
is. I feel like I know what it is.
Everybody knows what it is.
I feel like I know
y'all. It probably went through y'all head already. Y'all
I feel
know
like
that.
on some random humbug, like, is it Happy
It
Birthday?
is.
Like, you what?
Because in certain shows they can't sing it on television.
No, somebody owns it. So to play it, they have to pay the guy who owns it. That's why you'll notice, like on most shows or like movies, they won't say Happy Birthday. They'll just blow the candles out because every time they play it, I think they owe him $25,000.
He's still alive.
He's still alive.
Because he bought it in the 90s. Okay.
Okay.
And I think he made his money back that same year.
Yeah, that was smart though.
Happy Birthday. So he was the most logical in the guess because he was like, it gotta be a jingle.
He was like, is it from December? He technically December.
Yeah, that's it.
Happy
I
birthday.
was close.
That's why.
I knew it was something kind of
That's why
broad.
Stevie Wonder made his.
Probably so. They kind of cheat around
Happy
it.
birthday to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he didn't use the regular Happy Birthday
Yeah,
song.
he did.
He just did it a little. You can't even use his. Still,
You gotta pay him.
He dropped the gem on some people like, hey, I know y'all can't use this one. Try this one out. Well, still, you gotta pay me.
You gonna pay me?
too.
He wants 25. I'll take 24. I got you. Keep my line. I got you.
Yeah.
All right. So that was the end of my questions. Y'all know how we end every podcast with love. I need y'all to tell one person who may not know, so not your parents, not your kids, that you love them and why.
Not your parents and not your kids.
Not somebody or somebody who already knows. It got to be somebody who may not know. Tell them why.
Whoever you are out there.
Nah, we don't do that.
I can't do that either.
Nah, you gotta say a name.
A random name.
Somebody to you who may not know that you love them. Tell them you love them and why.
I gotta say name. I ain't gotta say name though. I got someone good or something like that.
We would prefer you say a name. What's the point
want to. If we end it with love, and you don't tell somebody you love, you didn't really end it with love.
I don't know if I love everybody that I don't know.
Well, tell them you ain't got to. All right, love too strong. Tell somebody you appreciate them and why they may not know.
Can't be on.
I
They already know that.
I got a partner named Jeff and Thomas. I had a deep conversation with him probably like 5 months ago. He had went through something and he was having a conversation with me. It was like 3 in the morning, bro. Now I just want to say that I genuinely appreciate that conversation that we had. Cause it really changed my life. You know what I'm saying? That sparked me up to where I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying? So I love you to death, bro. You know what I'm saying?
It's just that simple. Just that simple. Y'all let somebody know you appreciate them and why. Let's end this thing with love. Or appreciation, whatever y'all want to call it. I know it's an all guy podcast. Usually when girls be here, it don't be that serious. They be like, girl, I love you. I appreciate you.
You said can't be homeboys or nothing?
If y'all, it can be a homeboy if the homeboy don't already know it. If you tell them all the time.
Well, J6, you my dog. I don't never always tell you this, but I appreciate everything you do. I appreciate the conversations we have. You always feed knowledge. I appreciate you, big dog. I love you. You my brother. You my brother for life.
Oh, that's something.
Can it be multiple people or just gotta be one?
Now, you can do everybody you feel like you end it with love.
Shit, man, my partner Status, my partner Perk, my partner Chase, I appreciate y'all. All them talks, you know, motivation, you know. Appreciate y'all boys, you know. Love y'all. Y'all already know that.
That's it. For sure. And Cole, you do the episodes. You gotta say everybody.
I'm about to say, I'm starting to run out of people, bro.
I just love y'all.
Hey, but shout out to the young guys I was talking about. Cafe the Artist is my brother, so the young guys that's up under him, they don't see me no more. They used to look up to me, Donnie Wilkes, to Corey, everybody up under them. Man, I love y'all guys. Do what y'all doing. Stay safe. I'm gonna be hitting y'all up soon because I know with performing in front of school and y'all mentality, and we don't talk before, you might want to do some certain things. Listen to these guys. They dropped a lot of gems on what to do and what not to do. So I love y'all, man.
And one more thing, shout out to my Vibe family. I love y'all. I tell y'all all the time, but I gotta shout y'all out. I love y'all.
Oh yeah, shout out to my Sherry Lane family too, man.
That's a fact.
Nah, for real. Nah, for real.
Alright, so we are done here. The floor is open. Anybody got any announcements? Anybody got anything they need to say? Anybody got some music things they need to shout out? Clothing line things they need to shout out?
I'm about to drop a shirt for the Proudful community, man. I'm gonna say it like that. So I feel like I'm gonna be the first. I know in Middle Georgia, I don't know the first in the world, but like I'm gonna be the first in Middle Georgia to drop a shirt for that community. You know what I'm saying? So
How much some shirts gonna go for?
man,
Shirt gonna be exclusive, man. That's all I can say. They gonna be exclusive.
maybe he'll put them in the comment. You know what I'm saying? I got a preview. You know what I'm saying? But
You got a preview?
I got a preview now.
Alright, hopefully I get one of those. Shout out Michael Dawson. I appreciate you having a shirt on hand for me. That love hate karma kind of hard to get. So
It's crazy.
So once again, I'm 11. Right now, please go watch my video, Another You. It's out. It's ready to stream on all platforms. Why am I stuttering? I can't talk. It's ready to stream on all platforms. I'm getting ready to drop my next single, so be on the lookout for that. And my album's gonna drop in October, and that's gonna be called More Than a Feeling, Volume 1. All right, so be on the lookout for that. Oh yes, we doing volumes over here.
Okay, then.
Okay, I'm releasing some new music pretty soon. I'm glad y'all been patient with me. I know y'all been, you know, all the rappers been coming up to me, you finna drop some music, man, and all that, you know. So I'm dropping Southside God. They're coming real soon. I say about it, give me like a month, 2 months maybe. I got y'all. I'm glad y'all been patient with me. I still show me love, you know, been like a good 2 years, a year. You know, they still, you know, so, I mean, be on the lookout for that. Any customs you need, any custom clothes, you know, hit me up, I got you. I don't pick and choose who I do business with. I do business with everybody. So, hit me up.
Alright. Well, like always, definitely appreciate all you all's time. We We might be seeing a collab here, and we always
Well done.
Oh yeah.
Well done.